but still in me. I cannot detox from this condition, conviction. You're inside my misery box. I'm still never free from this addiction, affliction. Now it's yours, but still in me. Cannot detox from this condition, conviction. You're inside my misery box. I don't deserve you. You stay true. I want to save you from my misery. You couldn't save me from my misery. I'm addicted to my misery box. Addicted to my misery box.
And good morning, best chat. Happy Monday. Welcome back, chat. We had a wonderful, fantastic weekend. We have a great, fantastic Monday morning so far. Welcome back, chat, to the episode of Delicious, Malicious Morning Nonsense. Hello to you. We're doing fantastic. We got some interesting things to go over today, chat. So interesting things. There's been some changes over the weekend. We'll see how this goes, chat. See what you think. And once again, I do have some fun stuff to go over at the end of the stream. Should we reach Pillarman? Also, unfortunately, we weren't able to. I wasn't able to muster the time to do the Venture Brothers stuff, but we will do that tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, we will have the Venture Brothers stream. But we did do the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX one. If you want to check that out, we did do the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX stream. So that one was done. But here we go, chat. We're brand spanking new week. But if we do have, if we do get Pillarman before the end of the stream, before I say end stream, well, then we will have a different World of Warcraft video to go over. And this one is kind of fun. It's not really going over the same stuff. This one is more fun on the fun side. I think we'll have, if you are ever played World of Warcraft or anything like that, or have any knowledge of Warcraft, I think you might enjoy this video. It's going to be a nostalgia trip. So if you reach Pillarman chat today, we'll have an extra video going on. So there we go. All right, chat. Welcome back, everyone. Let's see who's decided to join us today. It's Nathaniel Sosa standing by. Hello to you, Nathaniel Sosa, and good morning. Carlos Batista says, good morning, LD and Best Chat. Good morning to you. Jordan God says, good morning, LD and Best Chat. Remember to stay hydrated and stand against the evil. Absolutely. Morning, folks, is so the new Avatar trailers to confirm Korra screwed up everything, which I think is kind of funny. Aang still reigns supreme as the best Avatar. Sometimes the best one as the best one to be done. Yeah. He's the male Avatar, go figure. It's the one that didn't screw up the world. Oddly enough. Let's see your chat. All right, let me get this up here all together. Awesome. Let's see. Up down says, what's the new nonsense in Stardew today? Or was already started? We'll check it out. It's pretty silly. Some silly stuff to go over. It's including the dumbest controversy. I think this has to be one of the dumbest controversies ever. Like, it really shouldn't be a controversy, but of course it is. But it's more delicious than that. We'll check it out. All right. Hold on. Let me get this set right here. All right. Get this too. All right. Book Golem says, good morning. Hello to you. Book Golem. Hello to you. Lord Apex with a blue avatar now. Good morning. I went to Southeast Game Exchange a couple of weeks ago, met the Critical Drinker, and got some good games. Fantastic. I bet he's a cool dude to check out, to hang out with. Let's see. Elizabeth says, good morning, LD in chat. It's Monday. Thus, the cycle starts anew. as does the nonsense in the clown world. Absolutely. Hello to you, Limp Bizkit. Wolf says, get your coffee. Hello to you. Shadow Wingtronic says, good morning, all. I'm only up to issue 5 of Watchmen, which told me there are too many characters to follow in one issue when you're writing a while reading it. Also, the newsstand owner is annoying. Yeah, a little bit. I was like, why are you watching? Why are we going back to these regular people? They're just totally cutting and like the black freighter. What was it called? Like the black freighter. Then you kind of get to see why everything we jump around at the end. We get to see why we go to the Hollis under the hood segments. We get to see why we keep going to this random like news stall guy, this black kid who keeps stealing his books. Like he keeps going there to read them, but never buying them. He's like, get out of here. And then we get to know why the black freighter is something that kind of we keep going back to in Watchmen. Let's see, chat. Abragione. Good morning, everyone. Hello to keep missing streams because I work again. Stupid job. Welcome back, Abragione. I'm glad you're here while you're here. Let's see here, chat. Junebug says, good morning, everyone. Let's have. Did you watch the Avatar Aang movie? Mean the one that leaked? Yes. I did watch that one. Because I don't respect corporate slop. And that's what it is now. It's corporate slop. So, I mean, the movie was all right. It's fine. But I know it's corporate slop because first of all, I watched it. But even before I had watched it, all the voices were switched out. They were switched out. They switched out the regular voices from the original show because of politics. So, don't do that. Maybe if you don't do crap like this, your movie won't leak. And if we don't do crap like this, maybe we the fans will respect the integrity of the artwork more. But no, like stop being like this. All right, they got rid of Toph's original voice actress so that they can get a blind Asian lady to voice a blind Asian lady. So that's how woke that was. That's how woke the voice acting was. So it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, you want to do something ridiculous? Well, then we'll do something ridiculous. Stop being like this. This is crazy. Like just recasting people for no reason because it has to fit the race of the character. Like, get out of here. No, not doing any of that stuff. But I did watch it. It's basically as a big screw you, this big middle finger to the corporate. I get all the corporations, I guess, or whatever. So that's kind of what happened. I don't know why the person leaked it in the first place. It was a big moment of rebelliousness because everyone just watched it, and I don't tend to go see it in theaters either. So yeah, don't wokecast, or anything like that. That's just silly. But anyway, but it's all right. The movie's all right, but it does feel like corporate slop. It kind of does. It's a fine movie. It's cool. It's basically brought on nostalgia bait. Like it's kind of cool to see these characters back in action again. It's not that offensive in any way. Like we still have like the what was it? We still have the romance between Aang and Katara. Zuko is cool. He's not like an idiot. He's just kind of like the butt of jokes sometimes, but he's not like a useless idiot. Toph is funny. Toph is like really carries the movie. We have a very interesting bad guy. We got some lore for the airbenders and things like that. So the movie's okay. It's not anything all that memorable. The animation is absolutely fantastic, but it's just kind of a movie you could miss and not really miss anything. You don't really need to see it. It's not anything that solves any questions or anything like that. It doesn't change the world any. It could have been like, okay, this is our movie that say that Korra is non-canon, because all they had to do was just allow the staff to exist, and Korra would have been non-canon because there's a staff in that movie that brings back airbenders or something like that. It would have just canceled out a big plot point in Korra. Speaking of Korra, we got some interesting news today because they also came out with an Avatar fighting game this weekend. So we're gonna check that out. It's the Korra Tolkien Nerd. Korra, the Tolkien Nerd says, "Hi all, posted with my fanfics. Got some really nice reviews too. Oh, nice, very good, very good. Have started the editing of my original novel. Why can't you first draft be perfect?" It always feels perfect, but it never is. Karnak says, "Good morning, Lit Dev and Rumble Chat here on another Monday. Ready for the nonsense. Hello to Karnak Ketchel from Rumble. Hello to you, Weektrans Lit Dev. Tim Hedrick, Joshua Hamilton, and Katie Matilla were the writers for LOK season 2 to 4. I guess is that why they sucked? I know the original creators left. I know the original creators like eventually left because it's just like they got fed up with how much crap they had to deal with. Very nice. Says, good morning, let you double in best chat. Hello to you. I found out Thug Notes did a video on the Odyssey 12 years ago. Can we watch that? Yeah, I think it'd be pretty fun. So there's some interesting things about the Odyssey when you go read the original story. It's not nearly as just evil and misogynistic as everyone wants to make it out to be. Do not mess with Hera. Do not mess with Hera. She will just end you. There's a moment like after the Trojan War is lost, right? Where all the Trojans, some of them have fled the city to another area. And everyone's dead or captured. Just like Cassandra. Cassandra is captured by Agamemnon, which they didn't put it in the movie, by the way. They did not put the whole Agamemnon went home with Cassandra, a princess of Troy, who was so beautiful that she was gifted visions by Apollo, and then she rejected Apollo. She's like, "Oh, thanks for the visions." And he's like, "Okay, can we sleep together now?" She's like, "No." So he's like, "Okay, well then I can't really take back my gift because apparently a god once a god gives you a gift, they cannot take it back." So what he did do though was go, "Okay, well then nobody's gonna believe you now." Nobody's gonna believe your visions, and that became her curse because she rejected Apollo. She could still have the visions, but no one would believe her. But she was taken in by Agamemnon. Now, Cassandra is possibly the real reason why all the Greeks were cursed going home, and it's not really her fault. It's the fault of Ajax. Now, Ajax, I'm not sure if it's the actual Ajax. I feel like it's not the. I don't remember which Ajax it was. I feel like it's the other Ajax, not the one that was like really cool, like the one we know, the tall guy. I think it was the other Ajax. There's two Ajaxes in the War of Troy. Now, the other Ajax, it turns out that Ajax raped Cassandra, could have raped Cassandra in the temple of Athena. All right, so this was very important because Athena didn't really like that very much. And the thing is, the Greeks didn't like that either. However, they didn't really they didn't want to offend. So the Ajax they got mad at Ajax, right? And they're trying to go after him and everything, but he fled to a temple. He fled to a temple of another god, and the Greeks were not really all that keen on offending that god. So Athena was very annoyed that the Greeks were just like not punishing Ajax for the rape of Cassandra inside of her temple, because they didn't want to offend this other god. And then when Ajax eventually came out of the temple, no one really cared anymore, so they kind of just let him go. And Athena got really angry. So it wasn't just Athena being offended that caused all this, but she did lend her voice to the Trojan faction of the gods. So what happened after that was like all the Trojan gods, like Apollo, Aphrodite, and what was the other one? Oh, Ares, because Ares and Aphrodite kind of went together. It's like Ares, Aphrodite, and Apollo. They're like, come on, Zeus, curse the Greeks. These guys suck. They destroyed Troy. This is nonsense. And then oddly enough, it was Athena who came in and says, "Yeah, I'm with them. Right? We got to curse these Greeks going home." And Zeus is like, "What? Wait a minute. But you were on the Greek side for 10 years. You love Odysseus and stuff like that." But the thing is, she wanted the Greeks to be punished for the rape of Cassandra. That's kind of what happened. And the rape of Cassandra and the fact that none of the Greeks really did anything about it to Ajax. And so that's kind of what happened. That's kind of the story, I think, that really went down. Now, since then, we had different mixed stories of like, okay, Athena got angry at Odysseus because he used like a peace offering to start the war. But that's kind of the real reason I believe the war happened. It gets kind of crazy. It gets kind of crazy, but it's kind of like there are things in there where it's like, oh yeah, it's all about misogyny and women didn't really matter, but yeah, they did. And it you know the thing is this, these stories are not as cut and dry as like these modern day academics or whatever want to make it out to be, because the modern day academics want they really want to make it out that all these old classic stories written by old white men and they're all about abusing women and minorities and stuff like that, which is not true. It's not true at all. Oddly enough, the Greeks of yesteryear did not want their villages razed or their women raped either. And you're definitely not supposed to do that stuff inside the temple of a god, and definitely not inside the temple of Athena. They're not supposed to do that. And let's see. Lady Fastland says, "Good morning, all." Which is better, getting the world building to a decent completion point before plotting out a storyline, or starting up the concept with just writing from there? I guess it really depends on what kind of writer you are, because on one hand, you can have you can plot your storyline, and based on the needs of your story, you can add in lore to support it. Like, okay, my guy needs a weapon, but he's too poor to afford one. Uh, there's like a sword or stone somewhere that he can of legend that he can go get. Right? It's like, okay, well, there's that. Now, then you ask yourself, how did the sword get there? What's the backstory of the sword? What could this mean? And you get to this line of questioning that could lead you to hammering out more lore in the story, or you can go the other side where it's like, I'm going to hammer out the lore so the story I make feels lived in, like it feels like it's taking place in a real lived in world. It all depends on what you're more excited about. Like if you're really excited about all of the world building, then I would say world build first a little bit, and then as long as you remember to write the story. Or if you're more excited about the story concept, if that's what's really exciting, then go with the story first, and then build lore around it to suit your needs as you go along. So it depends on really which one gets you more excited, I suppose, that you feel eager to write about. After Christmas says, Nolan took out the best part of the Odyssey with SpongeBob and Patrick rode the Hasselhoff. How could you forget that classic moment? Gunblade Knights, good morning, LD Medchat. Praise be to Space King. I was at a Nickelodeon universe at the MOA. They had ATLA, TMNT, SpongeBob, Dora, but no Korra. Good. at least they didn't know better. Label Men says setting the show in the next cycle after Korra was going to be a bad idea. What world is left after that catastrophe? If lady, good morning, good morning, good morning. A little fences, praise be to LD. Best chat, and of course, Space King. Might seem silly, but did anybody notice Bad Bunny disappeared after the accumulation ritual? I never, he was never heard from again. He made a big controversy over there at the Super Bowl, and like even normies hate him. Right, that's kind of the thing. It wasn't just like base chuds or anything like that. It's like it was normies, because like everyone hated his like mumble rap stuff, and it's just no one could understand it. It was not very entertaining, and everyone hated it. So he was never heard from again. Let's see. Allowable Man too says, I mean, the fact that they might reconcile kind of shows that Adrian might be wrong about what he thinks about humanity. Yeah, I mean, look at the end of Watchmen. Adrian has done all of this and he succeeded, but he's questioning himself. He even asks like Dr. Manhattan, like, I did do the right thing, right? Because he knows Dr. Manhattan can see the future, and he could, he's a puppet that can see the strings. And so he's like asking Dr. Manhattan, I did the right thing, right? Like this works, right? I didn't kill those people for nothing, right? Like he's really he's questioning himself because he's not sure. I mean, how can you be sure on that when you're acting on that level? So yeah, Adrian's like, I don't know. I don't know, because Adrian invites perspective. It's like what he does is horrifying, but it's like it's because he's so optimistic about humanity in the first place. That's what it seems like, because his plan was, I'm going to make this gigantic catastrophe, and that's going to cause everyone to stop fighting and come together. That's such a optimistic hippie like vision of humanity, where they're like, okay, we're going to come together and make peace, as opposed to the Russians seeing us having been dealt a huge blow, and now they're going to invade, something like that. So it could have totally not worked, and the reason why he did all this was because he would just assume that humanity would be reasonable and stop the war, make peace, and be afraid of some sort of alien. So that's kind of it. So oddly enough, the strange thing about Adrian Veidt is that he did a horrifying thing. Is basically essentially nuked New York, killed untold amounts of people, but because he thought that the result would be humanity coming together, the optimistic view of humanity. Very interesting. That's why Watchmen is so cool. It's a hello to TK Ultra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello to you. Ghost says, Lamfow, Korra was such a shit character. Even in the universe, characters are casting her as a villain. Yeah. So the new fighting game is like, is Korra the bad guy? I feel like Ozai and Nazula are the good guys in this fighting game, trying to fight Korra off. Ozai like trying to save his daughter from Korra. Like, what the hell is this? And I've done this as but Litdev, how can you watch an animated movie without hearing the race in the VA? Yeah, it's just what's so funny is that they got the races to match, but they are all Americans, so they all just sound American. There's no like you were just listening to the video, listening to the audio of the movie, the English version. It's like, okay, did they get the Asian casting they wanted? They did, but you can't really hear it. It just all sound American to me. It's all sounded American if you watch the movie. Let's see your chat. Where are we now? Let's see. Where are we now? Abragioni says Odyssey already had 640 million. It's still Christopher Nolan. It's still put together pretty well. The presentation is pretty interesting if you like Christopher Nolan. Let's see your chat. All right now. Olympus says, well, LD said the R word, so he's not getting any of the sweet YouTube money today. I mean, none of my streams are ever able to get monetized. The only thing I really get is the super chats. Izzy for Black Rabbit. Hello to you. Hello to you says, hey, hello Lit and Best Chat. Good morning. Hello to you. Mad Mardigan says, Skirt, what's Gucci my ninjas? Hello to you, Mad Mardigan. Welcome. Tamer Spoon 3 says, raping someone in a god's temple sounds like the worst place to rape someone. It really is. Because it turns out that gods don't really like that happening in their temple, and they will seek retribution. Unless you punish that guy. But the thing is, the Greeks wanted to punish Ajax for raping Cassandra, but he ran to the temple and then he wanted to defend the god he was seeking refuge in with. And that's kind of, and then this led into Athena's rage, right? Athena's like she took offense to this. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Where are we now? If Zeus must have the death wish if Hera is that day. Yeah. So it's like, okay, Zeus would that's why Zeus has to like listen to Hera sometimes, but she's the queen of the gods. But she Hera, this is what happened. So Hera came to Zeus and said, I want the Trojans destroyed. So so everyone is asking for storms and everything from Zeus because he's like the storm guy. And what ends up happening is Zeus is like, okay, you can have your storm because Athena, you can have your storm because this is nonsense. The Greeks should be punished. Okay, you can have yours. And then Hera's like, I want a storm too because there's one hope for the Trojans to succeed, Aeneas. And she's like, I want a storm so that ship can be destroyed. That's kind of what it is. She was like, she wants a ship, so she wants a storm so that ship can be destroyed. So Aeneas, by the way, if you didn't know, was essentially the guy from Troy who escaped, and then what happened later is that he would land in Carthage. Right, he would land in Carthage, and I think, hold on. Yeah. Okay. And then he would land in Carthage, which is what this is the city, the country or city that Aphrodite really Hera really wanted to protect. So because she was like a major player in Carthage, and then we get the play, or we get the story of Aeneas and Dido, right? Have you seen that? Have you heard that story? The tragic love story of Aeneas and Dido. So after that though, Aeneas goes on to essentially found what will become Rome, the Empire of Rome. So it takes a long time, but he kind of sparks that off. was interesting. So that's kind of why Aphrodite is like, no, I don't want the Trojans to live. She saw mischief in those eyes. Well, hello to Lady Fat Slut. Yeah, so Hera's dangerous. Hera has a wrath, but this is kind of why she went to what's his name, the guy with the winds. So she went. So Zeus says, no, I'm not going to let you to just commit genocide, Hera. Like, it's fine. The Trojans are defeated. They're running away. You don't get to just annihilate them off the face of the earth. Okay, so you don't get your storm. Athena couldn't have your storm. That's fine. And that'll satisfy, Athena, Apollo, Aphrodite, and Ares. The Greeks are cursed going home. And that's kind of, but the rape of Cassandra is kind of what really kind of was the bargaining chip that made Zeus go, okay, you can have your storms. So Hera kind of went around Zeus and went to the guy with the who controlled the winds, and then he was like, okay, fine. She brought him a nymph for a new wife, and he's like, okay, whatever. Let's see. All right. So Litab. They showed off the Star Trek United pilot episode at SDCCI on Saturday. Is that good? Is that a new show or something like that? Because it just sounds more like woke slop. Because here we go. It's in the title. We're all united. We're all going to be together. We'll all choose who we want to be. That sort of stuff. Let's see. Little Vince says, yes, LD, but in the middle of your magical creature judging ceremony, a drop pod crashes through the roof of dozens of angry Black Templars. Emerges into your magical creature judging ceremony. That'd be pretty cool. That sounds pretty awesome. Aren't the Black Templar guys from 40K and like the most rage-filled guys ever? Let's see. Normal Man. Hello to Normal Man. Thanks for that said. $1 super chat. Thank you very much, Normal Man. Appreciate it. Where's the clip here? Here we go. Oh my God! Thanks. Normal Man says, the Korra slander will continue even after morale improves. Can't get over the fact that she's caused Armageddon. Yeah. So I think if morale improves, it should continue because it'll continue to raise their morale. In which Normal Man, appreciate. Let's see. All right, chat. Are we now? Let's have Elon gaslight Universal. Did he gaslight them? Let's see. Alexela, good morning. Hello. Great Nice says good morning, Alexela. Well, good morning to you, Gurinani. Good morning. And Normal Man, the traditional $5 super chat. Yes. Let's see. We did it, Patrick. We proved Korra is the best avatar. Bikini Bottom burning down in the background. We did it, Patrick. We proved Korra is the best avatar. Hooray! Stephen Clouds, hello to you. I saw the Avatar movie when the leaks came out. Usually I avoid leaks to go support the film in theater, but when I heard about the Paramount wants full streaming, by far the dumbest decision ever. Yeah, there's a lot of bad decisions being made that totally justifies why anyone would see a leaked movie and then watch it and then not go to the theater. I'm definitely not going to go see this in theaters because really they just ravaged the Avatar franchise. Like really nothing has been good about the franchise since the original show. It's all been about the self-indulgence of the writers ever since. Dido, yeah, Dido, like the band Dido. Let's see. All right. Very now. Palestiana says Aeolus is that's him. Of course, I should have known Aeolus. He's the best friend of Hercules in Hercules' Legendary Journey. No, it's not the same Aeolus, but it's same name. They have the same name. Like how there's two Ajaxes in Troy, but yeah, that's his name, Aeolus. Like he controlled the winds. Melvin says, good morning, LD, and shame you couldn't have time for Venture Brothers yesterday. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll have Venture Brothers tomorrow. Should be pretty fun. Let's see. Says, your screen overlay keeps flickering. I have no idea what's causing the problem, but you're going to want to check that out. I don't know why it's flickering. Let's see. I'll put it over here. Check it out over here. And keep an eye on it. Megathon says, but maybe it's a blessing would have overdosed on 7 days of LD content. Possibly. Hello to you, Megathon, though. Hello to you. Comic Wiz says, good morning, everyone. How was your weekend, Litz? Pretty good. Let's see. Connor says, thank you for saying it. No problem. You're welcome. Let's see. Where are we now? Siege Garden says, hello, LD and Best Chat. What topics are we being covered today? I think you'll like it. It's going to be interesting. We're already on the map with some topics to go around. With some our march towards Pillarman is off to a pretty good start, I'd say. Pretty good start. Let me get this all up here. Hold on. Let me get this over here. We got all set and ready to go. All set and ready to go, chat. All right, with this, and then we have this, and then Pillarman plus extra video. There we go, chat. And of course, everything. This also goes with everything else. So, boom. There we go, chat. We got a guest in the back room. Let's see what this could possibly be.
What's Gucci, my ninjas, bro? At a tat tat tat, the bro notorious, the bro notorious. LADPHD, we apologize. I'm a beast, you better check. I'm flipping the script, redefining the monomyth, emblematic of greatness. What's Gucci, my ninjas, bro? At a tat tat tat, the bro notorious, the bro notorious. LADPHD, we apologize. Much is most smooth as ever. Main character vibe. The YouTuber, the whole chat subscribe.
Hello, Mad. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Comic Wizards. Have you seen any of the videos posted in the stream clip submission channel? We have
I had it
today,
muted.
actually. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, sorry, that's my fault. I had muted on the Elgato.
Let's see. Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, what's
All
Gucci?
All right. First of all, we're gonna go into this controversy that's really silly but funny. Like,
Uh-oh.
it's really funny, but it's retarded. But check it out. We're using all the R words today. So, rape, retarded, like all of them.
You can say that shit.
Yeah,
YouTube
now
doesn't. Yeah,
they changed that policy, which is
yeah.
good. But check it out.
in shambles. And the first thing I was thinking when I
The Steven Universe community has been annihilated with some news.
read this news, and I'll tell you all the details in a moment. But the first thing I was thinking is, I didn't even realize that there still was a Steven Universe fandom, to be quite
Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't know that either.
frank. Like, I never got into the show, but I do remember years ago hearing about how terrible this fandom was. Like, one of the most infamous examples of online harassment in a fandom did come from the Steven Universe fandom, where
Well, driving to suicide.
a large part of the fandom on Tumblr harassed an artist into nearly taking their own life
Yeah, there it is. See,
because they were so offended that the artist drew the character Rose Quartz thinner than she is in canon. These
How dare they?
activist weirdos were seething, calling it fat phobic. There's other examples of toxicity in this fandom, and toxicity even seems like it's putting it lightly given what went on. But for example, when part of the fandom was harassing a storyboard artist because they were upset about
Can-
shipping or
Can
something.
you give me the TLDR? What's happening?
so what happened was that there's a huge controversy that's made all the news, it's made waves. And the controversy is that one voice actress from the show turned out to be MAGA.
Oh, I did see this. Yeah. Okay.
She followed Charlie Kirk and she's full on MAGA.
Yeah.
That's apparently a controversy. Like not just news, but a controversy. So wait, I was like, wait a minute. So we get crap, man. We get crap for
Mhm.
like complaining about anything we complain about. Oh, it's just a picture in a beer can. It's just a picture in a beer, like all this stuff, right?
Right.
And every single voice actor is retarded liberal. That's like retarded liberal, and where they have no idea what's going. Like Bill Maher has been exposing all of his friends like this, so you have no idea. Like Bill Maher has been like well, let me give me one of your beliefs, and they give you like some boilerplate leftist viewpoint, and he's like, well, and then Bill Maher would be like, that's completely wrong. Like, have you considered this? He's like, no, I never heard about that. Like they really believe that the police are just completely psycho and just out there hunting down black people.
I wish we could still do that.
And still,
They ruined it.
and then Bill Maher is like, well, here's some statistics, and like, wow, they have more they just shoot more white, like that much more white people
Oh,
every year.
yeah.
They don't believe, they don't know this stuff. It's crazy.
It's less than 10 a year, and every one of almost all of them, it, by unarmed, what they don't count is, I don't know, them trying to take the cop's gun, trying to run him over with a car. There's maybe one, maybe two at most a year where like, oh, that cop fucked up. He shouldn't have shot him. Do you know how we should know this? Because we would hear about it all over the news. There's body cameras everywhere. Everyone has a camera. It's not going to happen without it being on CNN.
People said that the moment they got the body cameras became standard, Black Lives Matter just evaporated because their narrative is no longer there. Because
they want to get rid of them.
Because now we can see, though, every single time there's like an incident like that, we can see the video now, and we can see like, oh, the guy ran at the cop with a knife or something. Like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
It happens every time, man.
Like they get all happens like, okay, the cop pulls over this guy, and suddenly it ends with like a knife fight or something. Like, what the hell? So yeah, that kind of the Black Lives Matter evaporate like overnight because of this situation.
Well, at least they put all that money back into the neighborhood, right? Into their communities, rather than spending it on giant houses and.
If they put the money in the communities, they meant like they bought a bunch of houses for themselves and put a bunch of money in like these rich communities, and they certainly did that. But this is so funny. They'll get on us for complaining about like anything. Oh, what is this supposed to be woke now because of this, and this? Well, it's like, well, yeah. But and then every single voice actor in America is full on woke, but one comes out as. Not even comes out, but like they discover that one happens to be MAGA, and they lose their minds. Everyone goes insane. This is crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy how they have to be in the closet of MAGA.
Yeah, you can't talk. It's like it's easier to come out as gay than it is to come out as MAGA.
That's 100% true.
So it's crazy. Like so I don't really listen to these people like when they come out and say, "Oh, you guys are making the culture worse because." You complain about woke. Well, she didn't even do anything, by the way. Like, she didn't even do anything. It's not like they're complaining because she did something or she's in a controversy because she called like someone racist or she did some racist thing or something. It's like they just happened to find out that she liked Charlie Kirk and followed, like, she was on that side of the opinion aisle.
Well, like, oh, even then, though, even then, who says that she liked Charlie Kirk? I follow her Takatu on Twitter. I follow several people that I do not care for, but I want to see what they're doing.
Yeah, you want to check out to see what's going on.
Yeah, so just because they're following somebody doesn't mean that they're a fan or they support or second their message.
I think they saw that she was also following a bunch of like people that he did or something like that, and I think she was confirmed MAGA, but I think, and that's kind of it's so crazy that's a controversy. It's the dumbest controversy because we are expected to put up with all kinds of every time we talk about and complain about some retarded thing a celebrity says online, which is like every single 5 minutes. It's like, oh, you're just complaining. This is nonsense. It's especially if it's a girl. It's like, oh, she's just she's just 25 years old. She's only 20 years old. She's only 30 years old. Like every single time a female celebrity says something retarded, it's always like, oh, she's young. What do you care about what she says? Something like that. And then on the other hand, one person is outed as MAGA. One voice actress is outed as MAGA, and everyone explodes. So I don't think they have any room to stand on complaining about anything at all.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, and they know it.
Yeah, just so if someone says, "Oh, look at you, playable woke again," like this, oh yeah, well you got upset because someone was MAGA. A voice actress, like her politics doesn't even come into it. It's just that she's voicing a character on a cartoon show. Like if we can put up with all these retarded celebrities saying all the retarded stuff, and still give something a chance, I think that makes us better than all these wokies altogether. Like,
yep.
Right?
Except for the Odyssey.
Except for the Odyssey, of course.
I'm working on my Mattsplanation video on that.
Oh, on Nolan's Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm coming to the defense of Nolan's The Odyssey.
Yeah. Oh no! It says the problem with Bill Maher is that is just older. He's just old enough to have a core of almost common sense. Probably just got his ass whipped by a parent once or twice, probably, maybe. Uh, he's like he's more reasonable. He's like, what the hell's this, Democrats? Like this,
Yeah,
you're totally insane. But what's very interesting is that when it came out that like 77% or something, no, I said a majority of Democrat people today have a favorable view of socialism, but 77% of independents do not. So the Democrats are slowly losing not losing touch, but losing more touch with the common American person. They
Yep.
become more and more isolated, which is an interesting move. They
And
wanna make.
honestly, they at this point, the Madamis or whatever the fuck his name is, they're so prevalent in that party that there's nothing they can do. They've lost their party now because
The socialists.
yeah, they're popping up everywhere. Colorado, New York, I mean just all over the country, and there's nothing they can do. They have lost their party.
They pointed out too, like we've lost. Like the Democrats has even said that. So
Yep.
I wonder if it's going to come into like a whole thing of like, okay, we're going to break away from a united front against Trump, and we're going to have to unite against socialism now. Let's see. Yeah, Illum Prince is here. Not out of the loop. She got fined for calling the guy who filmed her the N-word. Oh yeah, the Shiloh Hendricks thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Saw that. She didn't get totally found guilty. She has to go to community service too, I think.
Yeah, and her sentence was whatever it's called, not basically delay. Like if you fuck up, then you're gonna go for this.
Yeah, for saying the N-word.
Not even to the kid, to
yeah,
the dude who left the country.
Who was filming them and who was, I think, a sexual predator. I think it
Yeah.
came out that he was convicted or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Keep in mind, this was back during like the height of terminally online shipping discourse. And as I've always said, it's one thing to ship characters and have fun with it, go ahead. But some people start taking shipping way too seriously. They literally start
little.
like harassing people over ships. All of that is obviously very cringe behavior to say the least. And it actually still gets worse because
Who's this
another
person? Do we like this
situation that
person?
involved a terminal
it's Hirohei. He just reports some kind of news, but he is
It's
on the
here. Hey, like
anti-woke
that
side.
means anything to me.
He's on the anti-woke side. He kind of came to prominence defending Vic Mignogna from the wokies, when they unjustly came after him. But Vic Mignogna is winning now. Like I think he has like a steady job with like another anime dubbing company, and he's married. So, meanwhile, I think I don't know whatever the hell happened to Monica Rial or whatever. I don't know what happened to them. I do know though that she voices some characters that I liked, and I found out oh crap, she voices these characters. I guess I'm watching in Japanese now.
Ugh.
Let's see,
I hate subtitles because I won't be watching what's happening. I'll be reading.
yeah, and it's unfortunate because anime tends to have really good animation. I want to watch the
Yeah.
animation.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
It's-
Narcos are made an exception for it. I mean, every time I watch Narcos, after like 3 episodes, I'd walk in. I'd
Oh,
be like,
Narcos.
"Babe." Oh, yeah. I'd be like, babe, I think I know Spanish now because like I'm just getting what they're saying, but as soon as the episode's done, I forget all of it. It's God. But in those moments, though, I feel like I know Spanish.
Yeah, while you're watching it, you just know Spanish now.
ill child who wanted to watch some episodes of Steven Universe early, which is tragic to think about, that a child would even have to think about not having time left, that they'd have to face their own mortality. And allegedly, this child did get that wish granted. They saw some episodes early and then posted some info about it online, which resulted in a big Steven Universe YouTuber mocking the child and harassing the child online.
Sorry. No, that's so wrong. Why did he do that?
It's mocking the child.
I mean, I get it.
This is how the Steven Universe community, everyone. They are the righteous people who must be catered to and listened to. But we're the bad guys because we talk about the retarded things that Hollywood does. That makes us evil.
So that's some very brief context
Well,
into
real quick.
some of the main
Somebody quoted me, mad I can't read. That is the opposite of what I said. I literally said that I am reading and not watching it.
Nothing but
And I
reading.
don't know what this Naruto is that what y'all are talking about? Because I said Narcos.
That's true. Like Narcos, you have to read a lot. You can't even turn it to English. You have
Yeah.
to listen to in Spanish.
Oh, and it's
Right.
that it's like South America Spanish too. That shit doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it's
Like
just
that Colombian.
it's not real Spanish. It's
Nope.
that foreigner Spanish, the foreigner. But you know, I saw a video the other day. They made a really good point when it came down to the Odyssey. Speaking of adaptations and reading and stuff, where Mel Gibson made Apocalypto, right? And he's like, okay, here's what we're going to do: no celebrities. We're gonna get indigenous casting from the people, you know, from the area, you know, so it can be authentic. And they're all going to speak authentic Mayan the entire time. They go, how's everyone going to understand them? Subtitles, bro. All right, subtitles. And it was awesome. And then he did all that work to make it authentic, and everyone just complains about the ship at the end.
Well,
It sucks when the ship arrives at the end. What? No.
The other day I was looking into some of the criticisms of the movie, and it was all bullshit. It was from, well, he's combining these different times or whatever, and you know, just a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm like, whatever, bro. Like the sheer digging that they had to do to find criticisms of his movie was absurd.
Yeah, the movie is really good. People were talking about
it's really good.
even today. It's really good. I watched it a couple times. I like it. I like the storyline. It's pretty cool. Like it's not just about, you know, historical whinging like some like academic would do. It actually has a really cool, thrilling plot because he's him basically the real plot is him just running from these Aztecs and trying to survive in the jungle.
And it starts
Pretty
with a dick joke.
It does. And then it goes into pranks like this. He's trying like his friend, his goofball friend is trying to like have a baby or whatever. And like this, oh yeah, just put this on your dick. It's like chili powder or something.
Yeah, that's an awesome joke.
It was pretty funny. And then like it's pretty good. Now you compare that to the Nolan's Odyssey, which is like the opposite. Like, okay, we're gonna have every celebrity that you hate, we're gonna cast them. And then also it's going to be we're not just not going to speak Greek. We're going to have American vernacular. Like we're going to have the modern day vernacular of a Californian. Everyone's going to speak like Americans, and we're going to have everything's going to be diverse casting. So why is that Mel Gibson, right, the anti-Semitic, racist, evil bad guy, is the guy that made an authentic, like this authentic movie with authentic casting, but the super woke, super in touch, you know, the super feelings guy Nolan is his righteous Odyssey did none of that. None of that.
So I think the issue is nobody's asking for it all to be in Greek and this that. It's the vibe. Not using that, but it really is the vibe of the way we look at that time period, the way they should speak. They should have that British bad guy type.
Some British, you know,
a little accent, something that, you know what I mean,
a little Shakespeare.
Yeah, a little Shakespearean, a little bit to their speak. I don't know, like Troy did it pretty well.
I like Troy.
Oh, dude, I watched the director's cut the other night. Phenomenal with all the gore.
It might not be the best movie ever, I guess, but to me, it's really good. I like Troy quite a bit. I really like the battle between Achilles and Hector. It's pretty awesome.
It's phenomenal. However, in the director's cut, they, for whatever reason, they changed the score, and it does not work as well as the one in the theatrical cut. That's my only complaint about the director's cut.
Did you notice that when Hector takes off his helmet when he goes to fight Achilles, you can tell it could really tell it's made out of rubber, like because he takes off his helmet and the nose plate just bends. You can tell it's made out of.
Did not notice it.
It's because it's really well done. You're just so into the scene that you don't really notice, like, oh, it's made out of rubber. Let's see. Norman Manlix 5 says shippers are the worst part of fandom and ruin everything they took over. Yeah, because they're not really fans. They're not fans of the show. They're fans of shipping. That's usually what happens.
They're fans of their story, of what they want to happen. You know what I mean? It's very,
a personal romance story. Yeah.
The narcissism is at a different level. They're like, yeah, no, that story's fine, but mine would be better. In fact, mine should be it.
Exactly. And Normal Man, thanks for the $5 super chat, says most anime dub VAs are worthless, to be honest. I'm not saying they aren't good ones. There aren't good ones. Just most are cringe. Yeah, kind of. That's what I've been experiencing, kind of. But if I'm listening to it in a language I can understand, that I can also pay attention to the animation
Mhm.
that I know for a fact the animators put a lot of work into. So I think it's
Yeah,
pretty
it just
helpful.
depends. So, and it's also when they choose to have, like, the Furious did a good job of where whenever there was dialogue, there's nothing that you're missing out visually. By the way, the Furious is probably has the best fight choreography since the Raid 2.
Wait, really?
Dude,
Uh,
the Furious, phenomenal.
The Fast Hand?
No, just the Furious. And it's phenomenal, bro.
I don't know. The Raid is pretty up there. That is like
no. It doesn't. It's not better than the Raid, but it's the best
Raid-like.
since those. Yeah.
Raid. Okay, it's pretty because man, even Raid 2, where I don't think had good of a story, had fantastic fight scenes.
And the Furious does have Mad Dog in it, the little guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. That guy's good.
Yeah, dude, that guy's awesome.
He is like the epitome of like a little guy, but lots of danger, and he brings the presence with him. You just look him in the eye, like that. I'm pretty sure the actor has killed people before.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
he's an Asian Hawkeye. This one, he has a bow, like a bow with arrows that he's just slinging in a police station. It's fucking phenomenal.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, that guy he was great in John Wick 3 also, I think.
Yeah.
He was really good in there as well.
You should check out the Furious. You would like it.
I'll check it out. But I just remember him being really tiny. Like they're all really tiny. Like I never because I guess they're all tiny people over there, so they all look normal sized. But when they're in John Wick 3 up against Keanu Reeves is like what 6 foot tall, and they're like 5 foot. They look very tiny compared to him.
He's tiny compared to his own people.
Yeah, that's also true. So that's true because even in the Raid, he was like a little guy, and that was kind of it.
I'm pretty sure he's the height of Danny DeVito, just with a different build.
Probably. He's just kind of like a thin Danny DeVito. Like a Danny DeVito were like thin and lanky. Yeah. But let's see.
Controversies in this fandom. But this, of course, is not like a formal reporting video. It's just some recollections. This is to say, consider looking into any of that on your own for more details, for more information. But yeah, I thought the show was done. I thought all these controversies kind of made the fandom fall apart and it faded away because I haven't really heard much about any of this in a long time. But I guess there were parts of the fandom that still did remain after all. And that takes us to today's news. And by the way, if you like the show and you're a reasonable person, you're not one of these crazy couch activist types, then, obviously none of this stuff is applying to you. But like I said, let's get to the news now. Let's see what's going on today. As we have Toon Hive reporting.
Oh, here we go. There's been a lot of art going on, like having this character in a MAGA hat and stuff now. So what I want to see, I want like there to be like a Nick Fury character out there collecting all these surprise turnabout characters. Like we need MAGA Pearl to join up with homophobic Ruby. Right, we need MAGA Pearl to join up with homophobic Ruby, and I'm putting together a team.
Who's the Nick Fury of this universe you're making?
I don't know. I got to decide like who's going to be like. Is it going to be like another surprise character trying to be right wing or something? Was it what's Bayonetta? Because they won. That's another thing where they want Bayonetta to be lesbian, and to the point where they all just believed that Bayonetta was just lesbian. And then the official art came out that she gets married and has a kid. And that got everyone really angry. So maybe it's Bayonetta's like, I'm putting together a team. And she recruits homophobic Ruby and MAGA Pearl.
Fuck, bro, this is another great idea. Every time one of these, like the Minnesota lady, Silo, whatever her name is.
Hendricks, yeah.
Yeah. She gets recruited after their trial by our MAGA fucking Nick Fury.
Which is, I assume, is like the Burger King crown guy. Or something.
Is that the Burger King guy?
He at least has to be in there, right? He has to be. He's a Nick Fury, or he's like part of the crew.
I didn't know the King of Burgers came out to be MAGA.
I don't know. I don't know what his politics are. I just know he's famous for saying the N word. It's like the Society of N-word guys from South Park, right? 'Cause after
Right.
Randy says the N-word on that show, he's an N-word guy, and he has to join that society. Let's see. Broly, voiced by Nick Vic, is the Hulk. He's the Hulk now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Steven Universe fans are speculating that DD Magno Hall, the voice of Pearl, may support MAGA after noticing she follows Charlie Kirk and several MAGA affiliated accounts on Instagram.
That's pretty funny if she just turned out to be like a reply girl, and she just followed them all.
You were breaking up a little bit, but I think what you're saying is like that person that follows anybody that follows her.
Well, it's like, what if? How do I sound now?
You're fine now.
Okay. What if she's like a reply girl and she just replies negatively to everyone of these guys she would say like, I hate you, Charlie Kirk, or you're a racist or whatever, and that's why she follows them. She can just like steadily reply to these people, and not because she likes them. That'd be kind of funny. That turns out to be the case, and everyone just sees that, oh, you follow Charlie Kirk and all these guys. Well, then you must be MAGA. It's a comic book. I miss OG Nick Fury. It's insane how the publisher buried him after decades as a connector to the various sides of the Marvel universe. They replaced him with his son, who looks like Samuel L. Jackson. Also, they destroyed his character in the MCU. Because,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
because like, oh, that whole like thing. Oh, the last time I trusted a friend, I lost an eye, and then we see that you got
his friend was a cat.
Yeah, it was an alien.
Yeah.
Cat. Isn't there something Gil Simone would do? Like, teehee, isn't that silly? Isn't that silly? He lost an eye because of an alien cat. Isn't that silly?
they ruined that fucking lore for a cat joke.
For no reason at all. Yeah,
No.
This is a cat joke for no reason whatsoever. Let's see.
Tweet getting over 5.3 million views on Twitter.
Oh,
They have a little
man.
compilation.
Not to mention they all of his agency and all of his everything that he accomplished was all taken away in their show or whatever, because it was the aliens that did it. The scroll, the scrolls
fed him all the information, I think, right? The scrolls, it all
yeah.
So they made him look stupid. He's not this awesome like first class, world class spy master.
They literally talk about how he was a nothing until the scrolls came along
and give him all the answers. So he's a fraud. He's actually a fraud. Let's see.
Here, but there's another tweet that we'll take a look at that compiles things a bit more detailed, which is this one from Possum Reviews. Reads, DD Magno Hall, the voice actress of Pearl from Steven Universe, got outed as a right-winger and Charlie Kirk fan, and Steven Universe fans are not handling.
It literally has nothing to do with they expect us to be fine with everyone being like every actor in Hollywood being woke retarded, but one is just discovered to be possibly MAGA, and everyone loses their minds. This is how sensitive they are. It's crazy.
It
I
well
expect
at
nothing
all.
less.
There's the
either.
larger compilation as mentioned. So we'll take a look at their complaints. Let's talk about this really quick, because it's especially funny when you pause and really unpack this, because most people in fandoms in general tend to be apolitical or are closer to apolitical than they are having a hardline stance to the left or the right. And people routinely have to see obnoxious, virtue-signaling, leftist corpos.
Even he's going after it. Yes, every day we see all these actresses and voice actors and whatever from Hollywood like just vomit out SJW leftist talking points, and we're supposed to be fine with that and not complain. But one person is discovered to be MAGA, and everyone loses their minds. It just doesn't seem fair to me.
Other industry types like English voice actors constantly standing on moral soapboxes preaching down to others. And it's like, dude, we know why they do this. It's because the Western entertainment industry is filled with...
I thought the CD Universe show was like, first of all, over, and the fandom was dead. Why do they care? Although what's so funny to me is that I hope this really ruins the show for them.
I know nothing about Steven Universe.
Me neither. I don't know very much about it. Stu does. I think Stu has seen a few seasons or something like that.
Well, he's not here this morning, so fuck him.
But it's just funny that now they can't change it or anything. I don't think they can really change it unless they're gonna go back and hire a new person to dub over all the, which they might. I don't know, but I really do hope that it ruins all their memories. Like, oh, every single time they hear Pearl's voice, they have to know that she's MAGA, and they get a little taste of what they've been doing to us for the last 10 years.
I got to be honest. The only time I've ever had someone retroactively ruin a show was Brie Larson when she pops up in the Community. I'm like, this.
There she is. But there we go. We don't have to watch the whole video. But I wanted to show you this next. So they came out with a new Avatar game. Speaking of community, like this, pause, damn it.
What Avatar? We're talking the the blue one, the blue alien ones, or the
Airbender.
Oh, okay. So the Captain Planet guys, the Planeteers.
Earth, fire. Yeah. And where's the
heart?
Where's the Heart Nation? Let's see. J-Dev says to sum it up, a gay little kid and a bunch of gay rocks forgive Space Satan or Space Stalin. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure if it was Space Hitler, they would have just killed him. But it's Space Stalin, so he gets forgiven.
Makes sense.
This is interesting. So I was like, what the hell is the storyline? And it kind of feels, I haven't played the game yet, so I was like, oh, is this a joke? But it's voice acted. So I was like, is this AI or something? So apparently Ozai, the main bad guy from the original series, it kind of feels like he's the good guy now. Because what happens is, it's like what happens in this storyline that they made up for this game, I guess, is like Ozai is trying to save his daughter Azula from being groomed by the Avatar. So check this out.
Okay, I'm watching.
A visit from the Avatar.
Cut the crap. I know that you and your family have been trying to tear me and Azula apart.
Okay.
So apparently, like, Korra not only teases both of her male partners in the show. Like, she has two male friends. I think she goes out with one of them, kisses the other one, and then steals the girl of the other. So imagine if Aang dated all of his companions. That's Korra, and now she took Azula. Now she's apparently captured Azula, and then who was 14, by the way, and I think Korra's like 21. And then Ozai is trying to save his daughter from Korra. That's like. This is really the storyline of this game.
Stop being so obstinate and let us speak as two warriors. You know Azula.
Like, it gets worse. Look, you know Azula's not like us.
Not like us. She's a sensitive girl who belongs with her family. I won't have her pulled into your world of violence.
Like,
oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, I was like, Ozai's a good guy in this storyline. It's like he's the guy who conducted the war and sent his own kids off to go fight in this war, right? But even he's like, Korra, no, like, she's way too evil for even me to deal with. Like, I need to save my daughter from this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, let her go. This seemed like a hero. Like, go Ozai.
So who are we supposed to be rooting for?
Like, Ozai's the bad. It's like Darth Vader coming in and goes, "Let go of my son." It's like Darth Vader facing off against, I don't know, Rey or something, and goes, "Let go of my son. You will not lead him astray, Harpy."
Make me.
Okay, wow, she's a bitch.
And she's like, "Make me."
Don't even want to have a conversation about the violence, this violent world you're dragging this poor little girl into.
And then also, if you think that, oh, Azula's is like, I guess she's lesbian lovers with Korra now, check this out. Here's another thing I found. So it's Azula fighting Korra, and she goes, "Korra, I told you I didn't want you fighting with my family. You know they mean everything to me." And Korra's like, "What are you saying? You like them more than me?"
That's not what she said.
Like, "How dare you?" So it's like I guess, like, just Azula's fighting against her groomer. That's pure gaslighting, right? It's like, here's my concern, and then Korra has to turn around and goes, "So you like him more than me?" Like, this is abusive.
Yeah, this is a horrible relationship. 5 stars.
it feels like Korra did like kidnap Azula and is trying to groom her or something.
Yeah, IGN 7 out of 10.
Because it's not like Azula's going, "Oh, you're trying to stop me from doing evil" or something like that. It's like, "Stop fighting my family. I love them." Like, stop.
Oh, so
like,
you hate me?
yeah. So you hate. It's like I love waffles. Oh, so you hate pancake?
Yeah, exactly.
This I was like, what the hell? I was like, okay. I quote tweeted the other one. I was like, okay, this is probably fake. Then I saw this. It's like, is this storyline real? Did Korra really like what kidnap Azula and is like, and then her father is trying to rescue Azula from the evil Korra? Like, what is this? What is this actually the storyline that they went with for this game? I have to like, I almost want to buy the game because I gotta figure this stuff out. It's a normal man says responsible or straight Korra should be the fury of this universe. Maybe, yeah, possibly. Like responsible Korra would be like a alternate version of Korra, but yeah, probably. And see, and then Alex Halo, this 5 says Twitter also got mad that the creator of Skullgirls work on this game because he was canceled over false accusations. And this, Caleb Hammer had a good point. Like, I don't believe any accusations anymore at this point. Caleb Hammer, the financial audit guy,
Yeah.
he's yelling at this one girl. Was like, you know what? I don't believe any accusations anymore. They're all false. Because I think like she said like something along the lines of she was sexually abused or something, or gave or told the story as if with the same feeling as if she was sexually abused because her partner wanted to initiate intimacy and then she said no and then he backed off and that was abuse. That was in her mind abuse. I guess
By asking?
yes, by asking.
Oh boy.
And then Caleb Hammer was like, "That's not abuse."
But I'm with you on not believe. I don't think Army Hammer wanted to eat any toes.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Nope. He didn't want to nibble on shit.
Maybe he did. I don't know, but unless he did actually eat people, I don't technically see the issues. It's like okay, that's kind of weird. But
that movie, fucking what was it?
Funny.
What was that movie?
Citizen Vigilante.
Oh boy, that was a bad movie.
It's a really good Uwe Boll movie. It's like one of his best.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, but it's really bad, bro. Like he's shooting all those cops, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. These guys haven't done anything to you, but there's the music is like, aren't we having a great time blowing these people's faces apart? These cops, what the fuck is happening?
It's really not that great of a movie. It's just covering like an important topic. It's covering an important topic that no one else would cover in a movie, but it's not that great of a movie.
No,
it's just a really good Uwe Boll movie. That's about
bro.
it.
And people were riding that movie's dick like it was the Citizen Kane of the right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we gotta worship this movie. Like, it's not that great of a movie. I guess
no, it's not.
It's passable. Like it's fun. It's barely even fun on the violence portion.
It really isn't. No, and there's so much establishing shots that is it. There's probably 15 minutes of a movie, and the rest is all just vehicles traveling, people just going somewhere. I don't know if it's not linear storytelling. It's a mess.
It's a whole scene that takes place in a brothel, which I'm pretty sure is only included so he could, because we both want to go to a brothel and want to write it.
That was weird too. How are we supposed to be rooting for this guy who's fucking this sex worker? I mean,
he's like, I own the building. I was like, okay, and I thought it was going to lead up to like, okay, is he going in here because there's like a secret, like,
no,
like trafficking ring? Like, no, he's just there to,
like he's undercover or some shit.
But like he's like, okay, he owns the building. That's how he knows about this trafficking thing. That would make sense. But no,
right.
Have to hire a prostitute and complain about the mold.
He's literally there just to get his dick wet. He wasn't there trying to investigate. He wasn't there to check out the status of his building.
No.
It just happened to be that that room is moldy, and goes, "Hey, you may want to have to remove that mold before you get sick."
Oh, that's it.
This is our hero.
I thought there's meaning to this scene, but no, it's like, okay, after that, I was like, I'm pretty sure Uwe Boll included the scene so he could go to this brothel.
Yes.
Like we got to put it into movies so that I can write it Let's see. Anime Acumen listen to 40 months of support says ahoy. Hello to you, Anime Acumen. 40 months of support is pretty crazy. Thank you much, Anime Acumen. Very much appreciated. Awesome. Inquisitor Magnus says, Uwe Boll's better director than Christopher Nolan. I don't know, but I mean, he is willing to tackle these things, these ideas, which is pretty brave today. Antipas says, Taken is better than Taken is way better than Citizen Vigilante.
Oh yeah, of course. By the way, Uwe Boll, whatever the fuck his name is not a better director than Christopher Nolan. Watch Opera and Christopher Nolan. I'm not a dick writer for him at all. I liked Prestige, Oppenheimer, in a couple of his Batmans, but I mean almost everything else is fuck. Tenet was fucking horrendous, man.
But it made so much sense. And
yeah, that's what it made.
It was so mind-blowingly good.
The blatant lamp shading that he does in that movie when they're like, he's like, how does this work? Don't worry about it. It works. All right, cool.
Let's see. 1 second. I can get this up here. But yeah, so did you know that I think Uwe Boll is a better like boxer than he is.
Oh, 100%.
I like his name, the Raging Bull. That's a pretty good boxing name for him.
I would like to see him and Guy Ritchie get in the octagon because Guy Ritchie's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, just put him head to head. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. By the way,
I didn't like him seeing punching out his critics. That's pretty funny.
It is crazy how at this point I like Guy Ritchie's series on TV more than his movies because the last couple of movies of his has been void of anything really any of the Ritchieisms that he normally has.
The richness of the Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, but his shows still do, like Mobland, the Sherlock Holmes I was surprised at how much I like that one. And the Gentleman, all great.
Oh yeah, the Gentleman. Have you seen this? Is this the Christopher Nolan parody?
I've started without.
No.
I hope you don't mind. You British, what is it with your obsession with chips? We don't obsess over chips. Only the weather. Now to business. I understand you're interested in a certain Russian by the name of Petrov. What do you know about him? He's been passing sensitive information to MI5.
Like, they're always named Petrov or Yuri or something.
Yeah. You know how I know this isn't really Christopher Nolan? Because I can hear the dialogue.
Oh yeah, because the sound mixing is better.
As an asset. No, the information turned out to be false. We believe that he's working for someone else and passing information from MI5 over to them.
The Russians?
No. The Russians imprisoned him after a plot that he was involved in to steal a nuclear weapon was foiled.
He went to jail?
No. A doppelganger was put in his place and he fled to Oslo. It was there where he met his wife, Linda Purcell, a multimillionaire big in diamonds. Now, our satellite detected a detonation in Siberia 3 weeks ago. The following day, Petrov and Purcell flew directly to that site. On the way there, the plane crashed.
Accident?
It was hit by a missile.
Ah.
We salvaged fragments of the missile and traced them back to a weapons company in Germany called Schmerzelsfolger.
Never heard of them.
That's because they don't exist. At least, not yet.
What do you mean?
2 days before the detonation in Siberia, we intercepted a phone call between Petrov and a man called Darian Burkar to start a weapons company in Germany called Schmerzelsfolger.
Darian Burkar, the scientist? I thought he was dead.
He is dead. Or rather, he isn't.
What does
He is dead, or rather, he isn't.
that mean? He's dead, but he won't be.
Yeah, see, makes sense.
Yeah, I still don't.
Have you ever heard of Cecil's theorem of quantum mechanics and the possibility of ripples in the space-time continuum?
Of course,
well,
but it's
yeah.
never been proved.
We believe that it has. In Siberia 3 weeks ago.
What about the plane crash?
The plane crash didn't happen. Or rather, it will, but it won't yet. And
It's funny because it's so accurate. It's like this is what it feels like watching Tenet the first time.
even if it does, there's no evidence to suggest that the people on board died or are yet to die.
What does this have to do with Schmerzelsfolger?
That's what we want you to find out. We believe that the answer may lie in a painting at the National Gallery.
What?
23 years ago, the Fighting Temeraire by Turner was removed to be professionally cleaned. When it was returned, it was fitted with a microchip from the future which hadn't been invented yet.
What?
Okay. Oh, obviously, duh. If you're not following this very clear and direct plot, then you must be low on media literacy, I think.
Is he the bad guy? He's
I don't
British, so I lean towards bad or gay.
Or both.
Yeah.
That microchip can be traced back or rather forwards in this case, to Schmertelsforger.
Wait a minute.
We're currently interrogating the man who put it there, Sir Lawrence Lips.
Sir Lawrence Lips? I mean, that just sounds made up.
It is made up. We don't know his real name. But we searched his apartment this morning and we found a ring with an inscription in it that just says Linda.
Linda? Linda Purcell, the wife of Petrov?
No, a different Linda.
No, Lynn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Linda Shaw, a CIA operative who's been working undercover for 6 months in Vietnam to expose an international drug network.
What has she got to do with it?
Her information so far has been false. We believe that she's been compromised by an agent working for the network called Benjamin Slippers.
Oh, come on.
He is.
Benjamin Slippers.
He is what?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to say Benjamin Slippers. I thought he was dead.
No.
Oh, well, anyway,
He is.
or rather,
Rather.
He isn't.
Exactly.
What has that got to do with Petrov?
Petrov and Slippers met in Vienna 10 years ago to hatch a plan to steal an elephant from London Zoo.
An what?
But this wasn't just an ordinary elephant.
Okay.
This was an elephant that had the nuclear codes carved into its tusks.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll see you later.
That's
I
one
just
way.
don't have the fucking...
Turned
This is this is where at the moment, this kind of feels like watching 10 the first time. And this is kind of where I figured out that I think some of these movies made by Nolan is his first draft. I think sometimes he just makes a movie out of his first draft because this is what my first drafts kind of sound like.
Right, yeah.
It's incredible. This makes no sense. It's like dialogue diarrhea. Insane. But it's like that's what it felt like watching Tenet the first time. Like, what? All right. I guess this is how
And they would have to do all of that in 3 minutes because they're using that fucking IMAX camera.
Yeah, which is enormous. It's just so much. It doesn't really do very much at I don't know. It's just weird. It's tough to use an IMAX.
Yeah, and he refuses it to do ADR. It's so loud, even with his new padding that he has on it. He can only shoot for 3 minutes at a time. I mean, my guy, you're limiting yourself a lot because you want to use IMAX. And use a little CGI, bro.
That sucks though. Like you get 3 minutes. Go. Spit out that dialogue quick. Let's see. But I'm almost curious to see if this is real storyline or is this something like this trying to gaslight us with? Because this kind of seems crazy. It feels like, come on, Ozai, I hope you win. Like, is Ozai the main character trying to save his daughter from the evil Avatar Korra? That's what it feels like. I don't know. Someone's gonna have to tell me, or I'm going to buy it. And to be fair, it's only at $30. It's not like a full blown like $60 game or a quadruple A $70, $80 game. So, but I thought that was crazy. Like, this is making Korra seem like a really, really bad guy. Really bad. All right, let me see here. Here we go, chat. Let's see. Okay, we got a 17-minute video on Watchmen destroys the universe. Or at least the legacy of Alan Moore's Watchmen has destroyed the comic book industry. That's kind of the idea. So let's see what they say. The Ultra says $70 games that Sony is doing. Yeah, the whole thing was like I think it's like the quadruple A game concept is like what, $80 or something.
Do you remember when they said no, digital gaming is going to be great because it's going to save you money because they don't have to do all the packaging? Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, that's what they said. Remember, like it's like okay, we're going to go to digital, and I think it was for a while. I think it was like cheaper to buy digital for a while, and they learned that normies would buy a $60 brand new game for $60 whether they bought it physically or digitally, and like, oh, well, we might as well charge them $60.
Look, I am not one of those physical media only type person. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. I love the convenience of being able to download this shit. Yeah. And I'm part of the PC master race now. But
based
my issue though, why is an Xbox jumping all over this? Be like, you know what? We're doing only physical or anything to highlight Sony's fuck up because they fucked up. Because if you remember,
big time
when
Domino's was dunking on them.
Yeah, remember when Xbox was like, "There's no sharing, you can't share games anymore" or whatever, and Sony came out and was like, "Well, teach you how to share. Go to your friend's house with your physical copy. Give it." That's how it used to be.
Yeah,
where like they would see somebody fuck up and like, we're gonna jump on this and we're gonna highlight it to make us look better. But instead, they're like, "No, let's fire everybody."
That takes like some thought to do. They don't know how to do that. They
If
don't
I
know how
don't
to
get
make-
my state at the K3, I'm gonna be losing my shit.
It was crazy. It was like, oh yeah, we're not going to be putting out any more physical media anymore. There's no physical copies, and everything's going to be hiked up in price. You think it'd be one thing if like, okay, well, no more physical copies, but everything will be a lot cheaper.
Mhm.
And not only did they come out and say it's not going to be cheaper, it's going to be more expensive, in fact, to buy this stuff. But also, that news came on the heels of like them getting rid of a bunch of movies. And then
Yeah.
okay, well then if you bought the movie on our list, then you're still not going to be able to see it. We're just going to delete it off your account, despite the fact that you bought it from us. So the fact that they did that and then almost immediately went like, yeah, we're not going to do any physical stuff anymore. It's just all going to be digital. Probably not the best look for Sony.
Bro, they released that Wolverine trailer for the game where he's fighting over this physical picture of Jean or whatever. And every comment, and I went through all of them, and there was hundreds of them at that time. Everyone was talking physical. They're getting roasted, bro.
It's like it reminds me of that time way back when in the console wars, when Xbox came out or Microsoft came out and said, oh yeah, we're going to do no physical and it's all going to be digital. It's always going to be online DRM, so you have to have a constant and reliable connection to the internet, or else you just can't use the thing. You can't use the gaming system anymore. And it's like everyone's like, what the hell? And until they finally had to relent and go, okay, we're still going to do discs and they're going to be physical copies. Please don't kill us. But now it's like, oh, who cares?
Dude, the PSN, the PlayStation Network went down the other day, and people were just memeing the hell out of them.
Yeah, because what's going to happen if it goes down? Because it's not the first time the Sony network has gone down or been hacked. It gets hacked like all the time, apparently. So yeah, now that you have to fully rely on a stable connection and the Sony network to do anything, like really going to have this unstable network that's just going to go down, and you're going to delete stuff off of a user's account despite them paying for it.
Right?
Just no refunds or any compensation or anything. Just like, you just don't have it anymore.
Man, I really wanted that Wolverine game to be good, but and you know me, I'm not a fan of women at all. But man, they made them look ugly in that game. Did you see Jean Grey? Oh,
No, I did. I don't think I did, but I assume they made her ugly, and they always do.
yeah, man.
Except unless you're playing Marvel Rivals or whatever, and then they make everyone kind of outrageously attractive.
Didn't they have somebody's junk? Like some dude's junk is flopping around
It
everywhere.
was Captain America. They gave him like this enormous dick. I think I'm not sure if it was real or not, but someone like whirled him around and they gave his dick jiggle physics or something.
That's awesome.
So like Marvel Rivals doesn't care, but if it's made in the West, they do. But anyway,
This sounds like the best use of jiggle physics since Dead or Alive volleyball.
yeah, I think Dead or Alive volleyball like revolutionized jiggle physics.
Oh, bro, and the volleyball was so good, man. It was such a good fun.
And caused outrage for years because how dare you put jiggle physics in games? Let's see. Will Spain, Xbox announced that all physical games have come with a digital copy that follows the game so you can play it without the disc and don't have to double pay. That's the better version of it, right? Just like you pay for the physical copy and then you also get a digital version. Because I remember getting a few of those. So you can just play without the disc. But if you do want to use the disc, you can. Carlos Batista, here's the $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. PC allows you to own your game's PC master race anyway. If you're going full digital, why have consoles? Yeah, why have consoles?
Exactly.
Yeah, just make them for PC. Like there's no reason for the reason why you get a console is because you can get a disc and it will run it.
And the exclusives.
Yeah, and the exclusives. That's about it. Otherwise, like why would I get a console if this is all going to be digital? Especially now that everything's like really expensive. I might as well build a PC which I did.
Same.
It's way better.
I did it before all the hikes, so unfortunately, I'm still rocking the 4090. But
It's yeah. I'm also I also did it before all the. Fortunately, also did it before
right.
all the insane hikes, which is artificial. Apparently, they took advantage of the AI demand and like, oh yeah, the AI is demanding so much that we have to charge more for RAM. And someone figured out that no, they don't have to. They just are. But anyway,
So I wanted to start off with a quote from Grant Morrison, the sort of
I
wizard
think I might have a
nemesis.
similar or the same quote because I also looked into Grant Morrison's views on this.
Yeah, so it's quite famous that Grant Morrison and Alan Moore hate each other because one is battling to be the most pretentious comic book writer, and both believe in magic. And so, if they both believe that comic books are a medium for enforcing an interpretation upon the world that can then change how humans perceive things and basically change the structure.
by the way, I think Grant Morrison might have won this case because Grant Morrison is like, I think he's non-binary or something. So
Nice.
if you go to his webpage, he's like, they'll say their work is known for its nonlinear narrative and human philosophy and stuff. So, as far as I know, Alan Moore didn't go that route. So I have to give the most pretentious writer in the world crown to Grant Morrison over Alan Moore for just on that basis alone.
Now, for the dum-dums in the chat that may not know who Grant Morrison is known for, you want to fill them in?
Well, he did Batman Arkham Asylum,
Arkham Asylum, yeah.
Batman R.I.P. He did Batman Gothic, if you saw that one.
Yep.
I read that one. And he also famously did All-Star Superman. So that's
Yeah,
probably the one a lot of people
famous.
know him for is also Superman. So but he's also non-binary. And
And
Scott
Alan Moore for the dum-dums in chat. He's the Watchmen guy.
Watchmen, V for Vendetta, Killing Joke, that
Killing
sort of
Joke,
thing.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
So yeah, all these British writers, man, they come over to America. They write in American comics, and they're always like the most pretentious and they don't understand superheroes. They write superheroes, but British people don't really seem to understand superheroes. I feel like the superhero is a uniquely American thing because all the British guys come over and they kind of, because the same thing happened with what's his name? The guy who took over for X-Men. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, right. Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Right here. What's his name? He made him pretty good. He could put a lot of human pathos in there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, and he could draw feet. I remember that.
No, it's not Roy Thomas. It's not Ray Frederick. Chris Claremont. Chris Claremont is he's also British. I think these British guys come over to him to start writing American comics, and they do a really interesting job because they're writing it like a novel or something like that. And then they don't understand superheroes, though. They just don't understand superheroes.
Right.
They-
I think
it's-
Grant Morrison also wrote the X-Men, right?
I don't know, actually. Did he? I don't remember.
I think he may have wrote the X-Men.
He might have. I mean, he's a well known. They might have brought him in for X-Men a little bit, but it's like these British guys come in and they don't understand superheroes and they kind of lament them. They're like, "Oh man, I have to write superheroes. Crap!" Like Alan Moore is like, he doesn't understand why heroes need to have masks. And in an interview, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the Americans idolize superheroes because the Americans idolized the Ku Klux Klan, and just like the Ku Klux Klan members, they also wore masks to hide themselves."
Wow.
So the reason why that Alan Moore thinks we like masked superheroes is because we love and adore the Ku Klux Klan over here in America. We just love them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Their
Let's see.
popularity is at its highest right now.
Just all-time high, yeah. It's funny because if that was the case, then them saying, "Oh yeah, your views are in line with the Ku Klux Klan," Trump would be like, "Hell yeah!"
Right.
That'd be not controversial at all. Let's see. God, but this says they're getting sued for artificial RAM scare. Yeah, I think that's where it was. They're making like artificial RAM scarcity to hike up the prices. Ivana Machuca, the additional 2 says no message is supporting. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. LD, have you seen the video about the X-Men if it were directed by Wes Anderson? No.
I
That's
think I've seen
hilarious,
it. Yeah,
though. That sounds really
Wes
funny.
Anderson, man, he has such a you know when you're watching a Wes Anderson movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very unique style.
Same with Tim Burton.
Let's see. All right, check this out.
The world in these sort of hermeneutic practice.
Tim Burton has a really good style, though. I
hate his style.
I like his stuff for the most part. Like his early stuff, and then when he started doing adaptations, it sucked.
Nope. The girlfriend, big fan of Tim Burton, like the Nightmare Before Christmas and all that shit. I do not care for any
Every
of it.
girl likes Nightmare Before Christmas for some reason. It's like that's
weird.
That's like a magnet. It's like the Starbucks of movies. Like, I don't know what kind of woman nip it has in it, but it like every girl, every basic girl likes is like Starbucks and Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like standard issue.
This is. They want to claim the mantle of being able to do that best through DC Comics. And when Grant Morrison was asked for his opinions on Watchmen, he said the following: "I was the first person to say Watchmen wasn't very good. In fact, the only person ever to say that, and it made Alan so angry, so then I would get worse. I said that Watchmen was the 300-page equivalent of a sick form poem. The fact that none of the characters were allowed to be smarter than the author, that really drove me nuts. The world's smartest man is an idiot. He makes a plan all his life that's undone at the end of the book in an instant. The psychiatrist sits with Rorschach for 5 minutes, and Rorschach tells a super banal story of how he became a vigilante, and the psychiatrist cracks. And if you're a criminal psychiatrist who deals with men in prison, you've heard a million of these stories. It was all to make a specific point about how the real world isn't like superheroes."
Oh yeah, that's true. Like, why is it that the psychiatrist? I feel like that's like the first job. That's kind of what it felt like when I first read the comic book, where it's like this is like his first case, his first real case, and he's trying to make a name for himself with the Rorschach case. So that's why he wasn't really prepared. But if this guy is a professional criminal and a psychologist or whatever, psychiatrist, then yeah, he probably would have been more resilient than this. Unless he like turned into a Harley Quinn type, where he's listens to the story and falls in love with him,
Or the opposite, like that chick in the new Daredevil. Ugh.
Fortunately, I've not seen the new.
Oh, do yourself the favor and check it out.
It's so good.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 IGN.
Remember Before Christmas is like the Twilight and Alice in Wonderland in terms of accessibility and what is acceptable to the noise weirdos. And also, it's like it feels like you're being rebellious when you watch Night Over. Like this just rebellious enough because there's no like mean spiritedness in there. It's not it's not like really evil or darker. It's like safe edgy, I guess you could say.
I get it, like emo.
Yeah, safe edgy. It's like kind of like the in spirit, kind of early like Has Been Hotel, like safe edgy.
Yeah,
where you can
it's
feel a little edgy.
It's the Panic at the Disco of Christmas movies.
Yeah,
Like, it's so edgy.
like it's like they want to feel edgy without any of the danger. That's kind of where that's what women like, the feeling of danger without actually being in danger.
Well, sometimes they like to be in danger too.
It's an easy to look at. Claremont only created Phoenix Force to give Jean Grey a power boost, since she was the weakest member of the X-Men from September 1963 to September 1976. I mean, probably. I just know that Claremont was the guy that did a lot of the stuff that we know X-Men for now, which is like, the like Magneto was a Holocaust survivor and stuff. And see, it turns out that they actually didn't base Magneto and Professor X on Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. They based it on here's a shock. The shock might come to you quickly here. They based it on the Holocaust survivor. Like Magneto being a Holocaust survivor might have been a clue that he's not Malcolm X. He's actually a Holocaust survivor.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me these Jewish comic book writers did not base it on two black civil rights leaders?
No, it turns out they based them on Jews. the Jewish plight, turns out.
Wow, I've been lied to.
Mind blown. Let's see.
Hopefully they fix it in the next rendition of it.
They want to. Remember that guy Esposito or whatever? He wants there to be like a black version of Professor X and Magneto. I think he wants to play Professor X or something like that. So they want to do like a whiz version of X-Men.
Don't hold me to this, but I'm pretty positive that Michael Jackson wanted to be Professor Xavier and tried to get them to let him do it.
I mean, he is white, so I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. He did that. He wanted to be Misa so crazy. What's his fucking name from Star Wars?
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, he wanted to be Jar Jar Binks or some shit too.
It'd be so weird to see Michael Jackson as Professor X, like him bald. Like going,
Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah, Michael Jackson wanted to be Spider-Man too.
oh, Wolverine. Oh, Wolverine. You're ignorant.
Oh, Doctor
Oh man, that'd be great.
Dr. Octavius, you're such a bad guy. You're ignorant.
Ignorant. Let's see. Dr. Rice is Litem. Have you ever wanted to castrate yourself with blunt rocks? Watch Borderkin. But I heard they did such a great job with the writing, and you'll feel like you did. Let's see here. All right, here we go. But as you know, nieces, when I saw the Watchmen movie, I absolutely hated it. It seemed to be like glorified villains. It's because they kind of like make a medley of different people who are not really heroic, like not traditionally heroic anyway. But it's pretty well done in the book because they have a lot more room to work with.
Hero comics. And I can't believe that I'm saying it, but Grant Morrison says something really sensible. For
No,
once.
Grant Morrison is absolutely right. I do have a similar yet different quote from him, which was that if you strip away the cleverness of the
I like they're calling him. It's very based.
Of parts of the plot and some of the character stuff, all you're left with is a deeply cynical story written by a man overly invested in deconstructing the sex lives of fictional cartoon characters.
Oh,
Which is actually that's kind of accurate because if you've seen Alan Moore's other work, you know that he can give there's definitely moments where he's definitely touching himself while he writes some story sections. Like where he has like in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen where he has Mr. Hyde rape the Invisible Man to death.
I mean, that makes sense.
And then he has like what's it called, like Lost Girls, which is about I think Alice from Alice in Wonderland, Dorothy, and some other girls from like these classic literature talk about their sex lives or something like that. That's what the entire thing.
As Oscar Wilde had always wanted. Although to be fair, he may have.
May have. And then also in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he just made like a guy named Orlando that changes between male and female.
Wait, not Oscar Wilde. Fuck. Sorry. I'm an idiot. Who the fuck wrote Alice in Wonderland?
I mean Lewis Carroll.
Yeah. My bad. I fucked up. I'm a big Oscar Wilde fan though.
Like I didn't know where Oscar Wilde came in, but I was like, that's kind of that'd be kind of funny. Is like I would assume he would have some commentary on that situation.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah, he made a character called Orlando for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, like the later years. He also made Mina Harker and Quatermain immortal and youthful. So they both became young. And Orlando was like their third partner in their polycule thing. And Orlando had the benefit of being able to shift between male and female. And also, it happens to be that Quatermain is bisexual. And so is Mina Harker now.
Of course.
So, yeah, that comes into play quite a bit in the later League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, where we jump into like the 60s and stuff. Anyway.
Hang on. Right. Okay. This is why this episode is titled Why Watchmen Ruined Comics. Because Watchmen was so successful, the comics industry has become a victim of Watchmen's success. Watchmen is one of the reliable, best-selling graphic novels every year since its publication in 1986 and 7. And ever since, it has set the tone for what superhero comics think superhero comics should be. The industry is now in a permanent state of deconstruction. There is no higher heroic ideal that any hero can aspire to without being knocked down a peg by the writer that wants to make their mark on a given book. And as in Watchmen, all of the heroes are sexual reprobates, racists, compromised by working for the government, doing shady deals.
Just pathetic and cowardly by themselves.
Yeah, they're cuckolds, they're impotent unless they wear their costume, and everything is some sort of...
Oh, I don't remember the cuckold part. Did I miss that chapter? I don't remember the being cuckolds. Like,
Did you ever watch the series on HBO about the Watchmen?
no.
Oh my god! 20 minutes in, my girlfriend made me shut it off. I was yelling at the TV so much.
I remember hearing things about it, and everything I heard about it was completely retarded. But let's see. Oh, okay. But I think I remember now, though. So, Dr. Manhattan was happy to see Lori kind of cheat on him with Night Owl. So I guess they're referring to that, where Dr. Manhattan is okay with Laurie kind of cheating on him with another guy. I think that might be the cuckold part. He's kind of cucked. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Grand psychological projection about their own inadequacies, and society itself is indicted for letting these weird freaks and reprobates play out their sexual and power fantasies and call it heroism. There is no room for you to be an actual hero. Everything is to be regarded with suspicion.
And that's why I noted when I first started reading this back again, and I messaged you and said, like Alan Moore is completely obsessed with sex, and it filters through every single page of the comic book. And one of the interesting things is Zack Snyder,
I mean, yeah, if you read Alan Moore's work, that is definitely the case. It's clearly the case. It's as overt as Tarantino's obsession over feet.
With feet?
Like
yeah.
It's pretty overt.
I've always made that comparison.
It's pretty crazy in a lot of these things. I'd say a lot of his work is very, very, very blatant. So Norman Manix 5 says if Moore and Morrison fought, would it definitely be Treebeard versus the Thing? Yeah, I think so. Probably. So thank you much, Normal Man. Appreciate it.
Or one or two lines which are considered quite iconic to the comic from some of the iconic scenes really does not dwell in the psychosexual aspects of the story in the same way that Moore does. What I said before we started was that this book is the Frankfurt School theory of authoritarian personality put into comic book form. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, Moore himself, as we know, is a form of Marxist. But when I was listening to interviews with him before we, in preparation for this, I noted that he was trying to put a Freudian Marxist spin on this. Now, what were the Frankfurt School? The Frankfurt School were a mix of Freudian psychoanalysis and sexual ideas with the old school Marxists trying to come to a synthesis between the two and come up with ways through which they can analyze society that way. I noticed this when Alan Moore said that he had been thinking, and this was what led to him writing The Lost Girls, that he'd been thinking about
Lost Girls. That's just all about a bunch of these. It's like Dorothy and Alice, and then some other. I forgot who the third girl was, but they're all just talking about. I think their sexual adventures or something like that. That's kind of it.
He'd been thinking about Peter Pan, and then been thinking about how Peter Pan can fly, and literary allusions. Flying typically means freedom in some way.
Peter Pan was a bad guy.
He tried to put
this is why I like Peter Pan's portrayal in Once Upon a Time. They make him a villain, and they make Hook
as he was
a redeemable good guy. Hook was a redeemable good guy in Once Upon a Time. So
Hook, by the way, phenomenal movie. We've talked about it before.
Oh yeah, the Hook movie, yeah, pretty good. Let's see.
Freudian spin on it and thought, well, maybe in that case, actually, given that he's a stunted boy in Arrested Development who never wants to grow up, perhaps flying can represent a kind of sexual freedom. And so he decided, why don't I try and write a story about
what's with this close
development who never wants to grow up? Perhaps flying can represent a kind of sexual freedom.
This close up he's just done with this conversation.
And so he decided, why don't I try and write a story about a sexualized Peter Pan? At which point my first thought was, why would that ever cross your mind? He's a child. He is a child who refuses to grow up, and you want to sexualize him? Very strange.
And you're laughing? Because you think it's funny and you're laughing?
And it was because that didn't work that he ended up going, well, what if I got Wendy from Peter Pan and then teamed her up with Dorothy and Alice and made their sexual adventures? But it was interesting. And in that as well, he mentioned...
Okay, so it's Wendy from Peter Pan, Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, and then Alice from Wonderland Wonderland. That's those three girls he brings together.
That he, in doing research for all this, had read through an unnamed book that he said was a sexual analysis and history of the Great War, because Lost Girls is set around the time of the Great War. Now, in research for my Weimar Republic video, which is not yet out.
Also, by the way, it's everywhere. So of course, when he wrote The Killing Joke, it couldn't just be that Barbara Gordon was shot and crippled. It also has to be that it was heavily implied that she was sexually assaulted as well, because they showed Gordon like a bunch of pictures of her, and she was like, it wasn't just her shot, it was also her naked and stuff. So it's implied that the Joker raped her or had her raped by his men or something. So that's also part of it. So yeah, Alan Moore would just put like sexual assault or whatever everywhere. So when they say this, it's true. It's not an overstatement or anything. Literally every work that he has some sort of sexual element in it. He don't even necessarily straight sexual elements. It's the weird and bizarre as well.
I know exactly which book he is referring to. It is The Sexual History of the Great War by Magnus Hirschfeld.
Oh, that Magnus Hirschfeld.
Yes, that Magnus Hirschfeld. So he
sounds like
overtly
me. He's like,
referring to-
oh, that like he has any clue what this guy is saying.
He's just like, oh, I thought it was another Magnus Hirschfeld.
Freud and Magnus Hirschfeld for inspiration in his work, which results in this kind of Frankfurt School theory put into comics, because the Frankfurt School's theory was that through a mixture of sexual repression and maladaptive childhoods where children have been subject to overtly authoritarian parenting leads to children idolizing authority and developing maladaptive sexual repression. It's always about sexual repression, that they end up idolizing authority. And
by the way, we know what the main trait in Alan Moore's eyes as to what makes Rorschach kind of a loser and maladjusted.
What's that?
Sexual repression.
Wow.
Same
I'm so
thing
surprised.
with V. Same thing with V from V for Vendetta. The V is also repressed. He happened to be a good guy in that one. But I put that in, I think I made that short out of it, where I kind of highlight the parallels between V and Rorschach, because the parallels are very, very blatant between V and Rorschach. Because that V is more is a good guy in Alan Moore's eyes because he's more of a radical, where he's like he gave Rorschach more conservative values, and so he's a bad guy. But they're very, very, very parallel to each other.
Why does Alan Moore sound like a Tumblr chick? Like
he does. I guess he's because he's a communist. That's probably why.
I mean, he just has that. I don't know anything about him, but everything I'm hearing, he has the vibe of the chick that does fanfic, but makes everybody fuck.
Well, that's exactly what Watchmen is. It was going to be a story about. It's called "Who Killed Peacemaker" or something like that. Who murdered Peacemaker? It was supposed to be about the murder of Peacemaker, and then all the heroes trying to find out who did it, but they wouldn't let him use their characters, especially because of this got them. They just bought the characters. He's like, I want to kill one of these scouts off. Thank you. So, like, okay, that sounds like a cool idea, but you can't use our characters. So he turned Peacemaker into the comedian. It turned Blue Beetle into Night Owl, and so on. It's a time is a fun fact in Morrison's X-Men book. He had Jean Grey be cucked by Scott by physically sleeping with Emma Frost. Don't feel too bad for Jean. She also cheated Scott. Yeah, it's just that one didn't. Was Morrison also the guy, or was it someone else that made him a threesome?
Yeah, Scott, Logan, and Gene. I think that was somebody else, and they lived on the moon.
Yeah, when they lived on the moon, and they had rooms that connected to each other.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wolverine can cuck Scott, whatever he likes.
Becoming fascists. That was their theory of the authoritarian personality and fascism, which is just this comic book.
And the solution to this, of course, in post-war Germany was to give...
By the way, chat, we're just $10 away from being halfway to Prilliman, chat. Just $10 away.
Bunch of
oh boy, do I got to go give one of my videos?
I guess so. Yes, I guess so.
Because that, of course, won't result in all sorts of atrocities that would then produce a massive political backlash. I hadn't thought about that, but you're right.
Which might suggest why the one character who is overtly shown to hate sexual degeneracy and actively murders a child abuser who potentially sexually abused and then murdered a little girl.
It certainly is implied, especially in the Snyder adaptation, where
Yes,
he finds her underwear in the incinerator.
Yes, it's heavily implied that she was sexually abused as well before being murdered. Alan Moore sees him as the ultimate evil of the story.
He tries to have when Rorschach in the comic book confronts Adrian Veidt on the rainy night, which is replaced by a scene in the middle of the day with Dan Dreiberg actually going to speak to Veidt in the film. When Rorschach goes to confront Veidt about the death of the comedian and warn him that someone's killing superheroes, Veidt says that Blake is basically a Nazi. And I remember Rorschach actually.
And what does he wear as his costume in the comics? A gimp mask.
Yes, and the American flag.
A gimp mask. I thought that was a coincidence.
The gimp mask or the flag?
Maybe he didn't think. Maybe he just couldn't think of another mask. But you know what's kind of funny about that thing is that Andy Worski of the Kino Casino fame, and the guy who kind of invented blood sports. He made a superhero movie called Dark Fist, and Dark Fist's costume was essentially a gimp outfit. Like they bought a literal gimp mask for him for the movie. So I guess it's not really out of the ordinary. Well, I mean, it's something that you can go to. It's like, okay, that's easy. What kind of mask, like a sturdy mask, can you get?
Right.
Like a normal citizen can get on a short notice. Oh yeah, a gimp mask, because made out of leather and stuff. What was it? But yeah, so that Dark Fist, he made Dark Fist. His character Dark Fist has a gimp mask as his main mask. So I guess it's not out of the ordinary. But yeah, there's a lot of if you look at the Hollis Mason, I think his name is, the sections from his book Under the Hood. He talks about like how some of them sometimes the people saw the superhero dressing up as or in the costume as like a fetish thing, that they're really into it. And one of these guys, what's his name, the judge or something, the guy with the hood. They said it's very heavily implied that he was gay and had a fetish for this stuff. So I don't know. This isn't really come into play, but it's just mentioned that, oh yeah, of course, all these superheroes are just fetishists who dress up for a living. Just more of that stuff is added in there for no reason at all.
And the American flag, which again, Snyder changes because unlike Alan Moore, he is not completely goon-brained.
Yes. And he also doesn't think that sexual violence, for example, as caused by repression in the comedian attempting to rape Sylt Spectre 1, then translates into political authoritarianism. It just doesn't translate one to one. But it was quite interesting because Moore puts these words in Rorschach's mouth, and obviously he thinks that Rorschach is beneath contempt because he's based on The Question and Mr. A, characters created by Steve Ditko, co-creator of Spider-Man. Steve Ditko is an objectivist. There's actually a comic in Denny O'Neill's revived run of The Question after Post-Crisis, because O'Neill decided he hated objectivism because he was basically a hippie. Great Batman editor, not great on politics. And he decided to mock The Question, mock Rorschach by having The Question.
You know what's interesting is I said, okay, before I said all these British writers come over here, they make interesting stories, but they don't really know superheroes too well. And this kind of happens when you get a British person gets full reign in the superhero genre. They do something like this. They kind of deconstruct it, they break it down, they take out the hero, the traditional heroism out of the superhero. And it's fine. I like Watchmen and everything. But if you compare the British guys to someone like Frank Miller, like Frank Miller made some of the greatest superhero stories.
Because he's American.
Yeah, he's American. Yeah. He understands superheroes and he doesn't really shy away from them. He likes superheroes quite a bit.
Well, I mean, the British, they've had two heroes. They had King Arthur, and the next one was Winston Churchill. And in between those two, and after Churchill, there's been none.
Shouldn't like all their like the British heroes be fat then? Like British.
You would think.
You would think, yeah.
Speaking of British, well, I think he was actually somewhere in Ireland. I saw the death of Robin Hood with
Oh yeah, is this supposed to be like a really cringy like anti-hero? Or
no, dude,
satiric-
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. It's my favorite old man Logan story.
Is that the new one? The
Yeah.
new movie?
The new death of Robin Hood with Hugh Jackman. Yeah, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Let's see here. Let's see. Don't worry, LitDev's too good to actually read things. He just gave. I read things a lot. I've read Watchmen. Let's see. But anyway, what's this? It's and I meant that Emma Frost and Scott Summers slept in the mental mind with Emma's psychic powers. That's weird. Is that necessary to be in there?
It reminds me of Demolition Man.
I guess, yeah, that's right. It's like she was like, "Oh yeah, sleep together." Then she's like, "Oh yeah,
Oh,
obviously we're gonna get that little machine."
I didn't even touch you. What happened to doing the hunky chunky? And all those other things. Oh man, what a great movie.
Exactly. It's like what? Well, that's gross. You know, exchanging of bodily fluids. Let's see, what is it? So yeah, Frank Miller. He did. One of his notable works was Dark Knight Returns, which is really good, and it really does signal that he knows what a superhero is supposed to do. Like, Dark Knight Returns unapologetically, kind of gives credence to what a superhero does. Like, you need guys like Batman to be out there in situations like that. And he also did Born Again, which is really interesting. He did a good Born Again. Batman Year One also like really heavy into the embracing the nature of superheroism. Let's see. Oh, down says, well, it depends on what you consider English. Anglo-Saxons invade, Romans invaded, Normans invaded. The true English are the Britons and the Picts. Yeah, it's a kind of a complicated history.
Yeah, but by the way, I just love the guy that says, Winston Churchill, who was not that good, my guy. I feel like he did a little bit for his country, for his people, a little bit.
Let's see. Then was it Comic Wiz is Morrison's
Quite the
X-Men
odds
really
against him.
and damaged a lot of characters. Scott and Jean being among them. Yeah, apparently he made them all cucks or something like that. Anyway,
read Watchmen and then dress up as Rorschach for an issue, and then he basically fumbles and gets beaten up and tied to a tree, and the guy's trying to beat him up and go, any last words? And he goes, yeah, being Rorschach sucks. So they're trying to constantly pour scorn on the politics that are associated with Rorschach, even though he's the hero. So when Veidt calls the comedian practically a Nazi, Rorschach says he stood up for his country, he never let anybody retire him, never cashed in on his reputation, never set up a company selling posters and diet books and toy soldiers based on himself, never became a prostitute, if that makes him a Nazi.
yeah, basically he Veidt's like, oh yeah, he's practically a Nazi. And even if Rorschach can acknowledge all the bad things comedian has done, Rorschach respects him because he never quit. He never let anyone retire him. Like, he kept going, and he didn't sell out from because the idea is like you don't sell out to the corporations and make a profit on the good work that you did. So
Right. But you can still do like Nord VPN, right?
yeah, every once in a while, yeah. No, by the way, Veidt, have you heard of NordVPN?
Like me, if you get depressed sometimes, call BetterHelp. Oh, they'll help you.
It's just it's way better. Just go to Better. Don't actually go to the actual psychiatrist. Go to BetterHelp.
Yeah, they're basically the same.
Let's see, but yeah, that was his defense. Like, he wasn't literally a Nazi, like the comedian. Like, he just kind of hated everybody. He thought life was a joke, things like that. So he wasn't actually like a Nazi or anything.
And then all of a sudden, he's a Nazi. I mean, it sounds like he's a Nazi in the same way that anyone who is right of center is considered a full-blown Nazi.
Yeah, he wasn't literally a Nazi. I mean, he did bad things, but he wasn't like that. He just kind of like did bad things to do bad things. He thought they were funny or something. But again, I've seen someone say, "Oh yeah, Rorschach is bad because he defends Nazis." Like, no, he didn't. He's defended the comedian. And he's like, well, there's some good things. Like, even if you don't like some, like, people can look at the Joker and go like, oh, this guy is a really good villain because of these positive qualities. Like, he's really smart, he's tenacious, like he doesn't give up. You could do that to pretty much anybody. And in fact, you probably should acknowledge the good qualities of your enemies so you know what you're dealing with. And so when Rorschach kind of gets questioned on the comedian, he's like, there are things to like about the comedian. There are things to like about him. And then someone else says like, oh, he hates Adrian, like Rorschach is bad because he's homophobic and hates Adrian Veidt because he's gay, like he's possibly gay. He's like, if you look at that part, he's just kind of like a possible homosexual. We'll look into it later. It just happens to be in a list of bad things. He's like, just he might be, a conspiracy. He could be, behind the murders or something like that because he has the power and the knowledge and everything. Possible homosexual. But he's not like, oh yeah, he's evil because he's gay. He's just a list of things that he's trying to look.
He's evil and gay.
Yeah. It's but yeah, so like Rorschach is like, oh yeah, well here's a few things that he admires about the comedian. So that's kind of where he's coming from, because the things he admires about the comedian is what he admires in himself. Like, he's like, what he admires, like, you don't stop, you don't quit. Because that's what, if you look into the story, that's what Rorschach is. He's a guy that doesn't give up. He kind of keeps going. So this is kind of what Watchmen tends to tackle. Like, it's not, oh, he did horrible things, but there are moments in there, and that's even one part of the big twists of Watchmen, where it's like, how is Laurie alive? Like, how is Laurie created? There's no way. And it turns out that the original Jupiter, whatever, slept with the comedian willingly later, and that's how Laurie was born. And just it didn't really work out. So that's kind of where it's coming from. That's where he's coming from. He's like, okay, well, the comedian might have done horrible things. He wasn't literally Nazi, but there are things to admire about him, according to Rorschach, and that's kind of what he's doing here. And that's kind of the whole essence of Watchmen. It's not black and white like it would be in a normal comic book. It's like it's all shades of gray, which is interesting because it's like a break from the norm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, like a break from the norm. What we should have done is found Watchmen to be an interesting experiment and then gone back to normal. However, the reason why people kind of accuse it of destroying the industry is because people saw its popularity, and then like, oh, we got to have a whole era like this.
Right. Like what happened when, Joss Whedon has this quippy, dialogue. Everybody should do it.
Yeah, everyone needs to be quippy. See, I love shades of gray morality. I mean, it was refreshing and new back then when Watchmen came out. Now it's just everyone just does it. It just became standard, and it's like, we don't really want that to be standard. It's fun to like have a sidestep and like, okay, here's a little experiment where everything's dark and gritty and gray morality here, gray morality there. Where Rorschach, oddly enough, is the one guy that doesn't have gray morality. He's just like, okay, you fit these qualities, you're good. You don't fit these qualities, you're evil. He's black and white morality. But it's just one of those experiments that unfortunately he kind of took the wrong lessons from and ran with. And so there we go. We got the dark era of the 90s, a dark era.
You might as well call me a Nazi too. And of course, that's Alan Moore saying that if you put forward, sexually repressive standards, or you disapprove of welfare queens and prostitutes and communists, as Rorschach does in his opening monologue, then you are basically a fascist. But Moore doesn't realize, and this is why Watchmen is a accidentally celebrated work and made such a good film.
Mm-hmm.
Moore doesn't realize that the narrative, framing Rorschach as the sole narrator, ending with Rorschach, telling the truth and outing Veidt's scheme, refusing to compromise even in the face of Armageddon at both beginning and end, and taking obviously correct actions like killing the unrepentant child murderer. He doesn't realize that he actually sets Rorschach up to be the hero and inadvertently makes all the right-wing politics legitimate and all of the utopian-minded murderous utilitarianism associated with Veidt equally as impotent and horrible.
See, the problem is with Moore is that for all of his lofty literary pretensions, there's still that version of him that was enticed enough by superhero comics when he was younger to still have ironically enough, when we're talking about childish repression and nostalgia and such, to still have a holdover where when you see videos of him reading through the narration and how he reads through the Rorschach journals and puts on a gritty voice for them and takes them with a really solemn seriousness. You can tell that one of the things that led to this confusion is he still wanted Rorschach to be cool.
Yeah.
There was still a part.
The thing is, that's kind of what everyone kind of concludes is that, remember, Alan Moore is a consummate craftsman. So even when he's trying to make a character that he dislikes, he's going to make a good character still. And that's kind of what ended up happening. Terrence Spoon 3 says Rorschach is up there with the Starship Troopers movie and the greatest examples of creators' work having the exact opposite of what the effect they intended. Yeah, because people like the Starship Troopers movie for its its portrayal. I guess it was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to demonize the society because it's fascist, and everyone liked it.
As they should. Service guarantees citizenship.
Service
You want to
guarantees
know more?
citizenship. Yeah, exactly. Want to know more? Let's see. Comic Wiz says Rorschach is undoubtedly a good guy in Watchmen. In spite of his quirks, somehow to this day, Moore still wants to paint him as a villain in spite of the evidence. Yeah, I mean, he didn't really like. It's like, what, you like Rorschach? What the hell?
Of him that was, and I feel a great conflicted twisting and turning throughout the pages of this book, because Moore still can't help himself throughout it.
All right, I think we got down to the business. We didn't get one super chat throughout the entire video, so
that's why I should be. Let me see what I got.
We could move on from that. Let's see. What's this?
It's probably because they're British. Who likes to listen to British guys that much?
Exactly. I guess it makes sense. It's fair.
Well, I like Little Platoon. I like his stuff.
Where are we now? Where was it? Oh, here we go. I think I found it. So here is like the trailer of the new Avatar series. I think it's pretty funny because since when were the Earth Kingdom guys Indian? Like really, really Indian. And of course, Korra destroyed the world, so we're gonna have to deal with that. So here we go. This is the new trailer for the new Avatar series, and it's Korra. So only Korra is going to be in the line now because the entire Avatar line was broken.
Right? Yeah. Of course.
This is the world post Korra. It's this desolate desert.
Why do you look like me?
Alora needs to be prepared, because long ago our ancestors weren't. And the Avatar let us down.
Okay. What? Oh, okay. It's Korra. Korra let you down. Okay, it makes sense. I was like, don't you dare throw this at Aang again. I'm going to assume. Okay, I haven't seen this yet, so I'm going to assume it's going to be something like we have to stand together. We have to be united. You can choose who you want to be. All the usual crap. Let's see. Carpenter says the Starship Troopers book was the opposite. The author was pro everything he wrote. Yes, the book was different because the book with the author was like, yeah, I love all this stuff. And the movie, it was some pretentious guy from Hollywood who's like, oh yes, fascism is so evil. I'm gonna make the humanity as bad as the bugs. In fact, the humanity is probably the bad guys in here, not the bugs. This is which came up with the debate of like, yeah, it's so leftist to have the bugs be the good guys and the humanity be the villains, like with Avatar, for example, like the blue people Avatar. You believed in what Starship Troopers stood for? Let's see. Levin says you'd have to be a masochist to continue to be an Avatar. Yeah, at this point, because it's like there's nothing. They didn't really do anything good after the original series. It is like got taken over by activists.
Alora needs to be prepared, because long ago our ancestors weren't.
It's like Laura. Yeah, it's Avatar. I thought it was Pavi. What happened to Laura?
The
what happened to Pavi?
Avatar let us down.
Good. It's Korra who let you down, not Aang. That's proper and the way it should be, because that's kind of exactly what happened. Aang didn't let anybody down. He beat the Fire Lord and returned the world to peace. Korra destroyed the world, so it's like it's a little bit different. Also, this animation is so Tumblr. I can already tell it's going to be super woke from the animation. That's what it feels like. Whenever I see something that's not rendered or shaded or anything like that or shadowed, I just like, okay, it's going to be woke, isn't it? And say they must have been listening to the $5 super chat.
Yes.
And see, remember when they tried the same thing with Helldivers 2 and claimed we didn't have media literacy? They get fun of you. So kill the bugs and bots. Because they're like just over the top. That's kind of what the 80s was, right? It's like everyone's over the top, patriotic and everything. Turns out people like that. People like when you can defend your homeland. People like doing good things. People like being really into things, being excited about it. It's just only like a seen as mockery, blatant mockery in a society that hates authenticity. So when you're like really like unapologetically into something, oh, it must be mocking you. When really it's just a society that just hates and fears authenticity.
Humanity is not ready for the Avatar's return.
This is like anything like Avatar. It just doesn't.
And yet, it's the one thing this world needs the most.
All right. Hold on.
I
Let's
mean,
see.
I gotta think as I can. You know who the Faithful Peanut is?
I don't think so.
You've never heard of the Faithful Peanut?
I don't think so.
Dude, oh man, he used to be Dr. Oh man, not Dr. He copied Dr. Disrespect at one point. I forgot what that name was. But and now he goes on like Fortnite and tries to preach to the kids about their Lord and Savior.
Oh, wait, I've seen this guy. Yeah. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I put it in the pro chat. And he has the one with the Muslim kid where he's like, "You're going to hell." And then he told another kid that Santa doesn't exist. Oh, Faithful Sheriff. My bad. Faithful Sheriff. There you go.
Let's see. Call of Duty for Tuesday says that they better not redeem Korra in the show. They probably will.
Your
probably
face
yell at her.
roboted, Alex. Sorry, go on.
And see. All right. Now we're very close to getting halfway to Parliament chat. Very close. There's $3 away. Getting very close. All right. Let's go over this one. I want to listen to the dialogue again. Hold on.
Me.
Laura needs to be prepared because long ago our ancestors weren't.
This is it's like it's very quippy. He needs to be prepared because our ancestors weren't. It's like this very quippy. It's very parallel, like how ChatGPT writes.
The Avatar let us down.
You know, I'm surprised I didn't put her in a wheelchair, and she's gonna be like an avatar in a wheelchair. Because that's like their obsession is like putting everyone in a wheelchair.
Oh, he has a snowboard. Cool.
Humanity is not ready for the Avatar's return. And yet, it's the one thing this world needs the most.
You actually didn't get a lot of dialogue in this trailer. Not really. but it's still a very much humanity is not ready. It's very generic, like trailer dialogue.
I hate the font.
And there's nothing about this says Avatar to me. None of it, except literally the word Avatar. That's the only thing in there, which they kept the same from the original series. Let's see. Oh, Alchemic, thanks for $20 super chat. Thank you much, Alchemic. Appreciate it. Let me see. Where's the correct clip here? There we go. Holy shit! It says this looks and sounds low effort. It does. Like it doesn't really. It looks incomplete because it's that Tumblr style that has no shadows. Also, praise be to Space King. Yeah, I'd rather watch Space King than this. Space King. With Space King, I feel like they cared. And the Orange Man says they broke their own rules. The Avatar is supposed to switch between male and female every cycle. Well, I mean, it's before the Wokies took over. Now we're probably never going to get a male Avatar again. Not in a series anyway.
Probably right after you get another straight white fucking Doctor Who guy.
Yeah, probably. I was like, we'll get a straight Doctor Who again before we get another male Avatar, unless because the next character is gonna be Fire in the cycle, he could totally be white male coded, and so the whole series will be about the Fire Avatar being like a light-skinned male who's straight, right? And
no,
it's about everyone.
Dude.
It's gonna be by everyone yelling at him, and he's gonna have to make reparations to the Airbenders.
If he's Fire, so he'll be flaming. Come on, they're gonna make him so fucking gay.
That is a possibility, but also they could. The Fire Nation has that one thing that separates them from everybody else, as they committed a genocide, and so it's like, okay, well, we can have him we could have him like want to give reparations or being forced into giving reparations to the Airbenders, and so to do that, to make it proper, we're gonna make him straight and light skinned, like a Zuko type, and so the entire show is going to be everyone yelling at him and like, oh, you suck because you're Fire Nation and all that stuff. So that's what I'm assuming. If they made him like, straight, like here's your straight white Avatar character. Also, he's everyone's going to be yelling at him. Everyone hates him, and he has to. And the whole show is about making reparations to the Airbenders. Let's see. There's a little bit more after this. We must all stand united. What kind of drugs are doing over there? But I don't know what this is about either. I guess it's a teaser, but it's kind of like the whole Doomsday trailer. Like I watched the Doomsday trailer with Shad, and I'm like, okay, boy. Shad, I thought we watched the Doomsday trailer. What's the movie about?
I saw you on there. I was going to say something about like, nah, he wouldn't acknowledge me.
Like, what's this movie about? Actually, I don't even know. It's like, it's about to me, if you like took out the music, it kind of feels like we're getting the band back together.
Yeah, we watched it together as well. Remember? And I was like, dude, this looks like fucking AI.
It's my mind just kind of blanks out when I watch that trailer. It's just like, okay, well, what's this about? There's nothing here. It's just here's another character, there's more characters. Okay, this guy is here going to be in the movie. This guy's going to be in the movie. This guy's going to be in the movie. And then also Dr. Doom is going to be in the movie doing something. I'm not sure what it is, but he's going to be doing something. Joker says the Avatar thing is so blatantly untrue. We went male in the original show. I guess so, because we went Roku and Aang. But the Wokies came in, and I'm pretty sure we're never going to get like a male Avatar again, unless he's going to be demonized. Anyway,
that would make sense.
Let's see. All right. Well, let's check this out. Oh yeah, let's do this one. It won't be very long. It's Homer's The Odyssey by Thug Notes. That was made a long time ago. So we'll see how this goes. See what the Thug Notes has to say about the Odyssey.
Do we like this guy?
I like him. He's pretty funny.
You know what it is, bitches.
thug.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Keeping it epic with Homer's Odyssey. Getting real up in the kingdom of Ithaca. King Odysseus been gone for almost 20 years, and even his son Telemachus and sexy wife Penelope ain't heard a peep about where he at. Since everybody figuring he dead, 108 shady hustlers start macking on Penelope so they can get a crack at some of that royal poontang and crown them king.
Now 708.
Apparently, Odysseus been stuck on some island where he's been pussy whipped by the goddess Calypso, who's been all up on his junk. But all the gods up at Mount Olympus tell Calypso she gotta take Odysseus.
You gotta do better, Odysseus. You gotta do better, Odysseus.
Odysseus off the short leash so he can get his ass home. Odysseus sets sail for Ithaca, but the sea god Poseidon got a stick up his ass and drops a nasty storm on my boy. Odie shakes off that hater, and with the help of the gods, makes it to the shore of Phaeacia, where he starts vibing with the king and queen about his travels. He tells them about the time he punked a cyclops named Polyphemus. Odysseus told this fool that his name is Nobody, gets him crazy drunk, and shanks him in the eye when he's passed the out. So now when Polyphemus say that nobody has blinded me, all the other cyclopses be all like, what you yapping about, man? Turns out the cyclops he wrecked actually be Poseidon's son, and the god of the sea is all butthurt about it.
Yeah, I didn't take too kind of that. Not really.
So that's the reason it's taken Odysseus almost 10 years to get home from the Trojan War. Finally, Odysseus makes it back to Ithaca, and with the
And see, Orange Brand says the Wisecrack channel is dead as of spring 2025. The new owners drove the channel to the ground after the previous owners left. I think because I'm pretty sure Wisecrack became really, really woke and drove everyone away. I think that's kind of what happened.
And the guy that used to run it, forgot his name. He has his own channel, and he used to teach socialism and shit. The guy that always that wore the hat with all the weird colors behind him.
That's a lot of them. You know, little that narrows it down. Let's see. Adrian's lit up. There's a video saying that if Aang wasn't frozen, Princess Yue would have been the avatar after Aang. I mean, possibly. It would have been possible, yeah. Because I think after Aang, it's supposed to be Water Tribe, so we would have gotten Yue instead of Korra. Let's see. And so Ball says, I guess the avatar gender cycle is decided in a coin toss or something. Okay, the avatar is going to be a boy or girl this time. Heads male, tails female. Coin tosses and lands. It's a girl. I mean, it makes sense.
Athena's help disguises himself as a nasty hobo. Later, Penelope decides she's going to give herself to.
And I don't know. I don't know. I forgot if this is an actual story or not. I forgot. But I mean, it is pretty smart considering what happened to Agamemnon.
Whoever can string Odysseus' bow and shoot an arrow through 12 axe heads. After Odysseus wins the contest like a boss, he reveals himself to everybody. Then he goes straight post on all them haters trying to get freaky with his woman. Once Odysseus done stacking bodies, the people be all like, Odysseus, what the f, man? So just when Odysseus about to start messing again, Athena steps in and tells everybody, chill, baby. I don't want no drama. Thanks to the gods, Ithaca is at peace. Doing the nasty with banging goddesses, laying a whoop on cyclopses, and sticking it to all-powerful divine beings ain't no thing for Odysseus because every day he hustling. Now it ain't only the muscle that giving Odysseus true OG status, he also got mad street smarts. Whenever some fool steps up to Odysseus, he able to juke him by lying his ass off and rocking different disguises. For example, by giving the Cyclops a fake name and dressing like a hobo when he back in Ithaca, he able to get the jump on all his enemies. Folktale players call this motif the trickster. But even someone as hardcore as Odysseus ain't always in the driver's seat. Cause sometimes he's behind the wheel, but other times he's riding bitch in the god's whip. This brings me to one of the poem's main themes. Is it the gods' fault that bad shit happens on Earth? Or is humanity responsible for all that mess? Peep this quote from Big Daddy Zeus, the king of the gods. Mortals, they're always blaming the gods for their troubles, when their own witlessness causes them more than they were destined for. Who's to blame for old Diddy being gone for so long? Was it his own doing since he blinded
why is Diddy gone?
Poseidon's son? Or was Poseidon just being a seriously backwards dude? Now you can't flow.
It's funny that you could tend to call him as a nickname, Oh Diddy, as pretty funny. Yeah, I missed Doug Notes. The skits were great. Yeah, Doug Notes is pretty good.
About Odysseus without getting the lowdown on the story of Agamemnon, who also tried to get himself home after the Trojan War. Except when he got there, he found his woman hot in bed with some other player who straight ghosted his ass. But lucky for Odysseus.
Yep, that's what happened to him. He came home, got murdered by his wife and her lover. I mean, they were angry for a good reason because before they left, Agamemnon burned his daughter to death for a good wind to take him to Troy. So the wife was actually essentially angry over that decision, and that's why she cheated on him.
Dramatic much?
And also they killed Cassandra. No one ever kind of mentions this. But yeah, he had Cassandra with him, and Cassandra the entire time was like going, "Do not go home, Agamemnon. Do not go home. You're going to get stabbed and killed." And like, oh, haha, women. and then made it home to Mycenae, and got killed by his wife and her lover, who then got killed by Orestes, Agamemnon's son. And then that led to the Oresteia. So pretty cool stuff.
Odysseus, his woman ain't like that. He got one of the flyest biddies on the planet who slangs her own brand of trickery. She says
in fact, I would say, if I were to guess, I would say that the story of Agamemnon burning his daughter to the gods in order for a good wind. I'm pretty sure that George R. R. Martin was inspired by that scene for the Stannis scene.
Can't shack up with no sucker till she done weaving some cloth. But every night, she undoes what she did during the day. This fox manages to keep these cats in line for 10 whole years while Odysseus tries to get his ass home. And it's that righteous endurance that make her...
Yeah, they demanded the death of the daughter for that. So it wasn't Agamemnon's decision, really, but she's angry at him because he said yes to that. Like he was like he said yes to, okay, I'm going to sacrifice my daughter for good winds. So that's kind of why his wife Clytemnestra did not like that at all.
Just as heroic as Odysseus himself. So if there's one thing that Penelope, Athena, and other ladies prove, is that even a Greek hero as bad as Odysseus ain't doing shit without a woman.
Oh, shit. Hey.
Yo, thanks
Sorry.
for watching.
I got to go, man. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see y'all next time.
Have a good day, Matt. Thanks for joining us. It's a Tamar 2 and 3 says, even in the Bible, Jephthah sacrifices his daughter after he wins a battle. Yeah, it's not really untold, but the Agamemnon burning his daughter for good wins is probably one of the more contemporarily well-known versions of that. There we go, chat. Awesome. There we go. Now we can go over to this. Let's see. Yeah, I couldn't even keep mad. Couldn't even get enough money to keep mad, unfortunately. And it's already the end of the stream, and we made just a little over halfway. But anyway, chat. Let's go over this. Justabel has made a video going over the Odyssey, and let's see what she has to say about it. The Nolan's Odyssey, anyway.
And gentlemen, I saw the
That's true. It is
Odyssey, and it was everything I expected it to be and worse. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, because goodness knows I am going to need it. This is going to be a controversial review, no matter what stance you take on this movie, because of how the movie became a culture war punching bag. Now, what I want to say at the start of this review, I know that this is getting rave reviews from the critics. I know that they are calling it Nolan's best film ever, which, as someone who's been a Christopher Nolan fan, and he's been one of my inspirations for years, I find that statement absolutely laughable. I do not think that people giving positive reviews for this film are necessarily being paid. Like they can't do that. It's paid for access and other things. I do not say that they are necessarily lying. I do say that I think that this movie is being overly gassed up in part because of the culture war backlash, and because I think people are feeling the need to defend this film a bit and not be perceived as on the other side of the culture war in every single way, because this is far from Nolan's best film. Is it his worst? I don't know if it's his absolute worst, but it's amongst his worst that I think exposed all of his flaws as a filmmaker. And there are things within this film. There are things like the costuming, for example, which were
Of all the people, why is Mad's alter ego? Why is it Mad? Let's see. That says they chooses are going to make it nice. They very much up, down, down. Here we go. Nice. Where is it? Is it this?
Nice.
There we go. Almost played an entire music video. But there we go, chat. Thank you very much. It's not only is it nice, it's going to be 69 addition nice. Every time I see 69 now, I just think of Squid Games. Like, get it? 69. They kept having that. They just kind of kept pushing that joke. That one guy, that one masked benefactor or whatever. He's just like, just get it? 69.
we'll talk about that. I think that critics are overlooking, and maybe it's just because Christopher Nolan and he has this big reputation. I notice when it's the big name directors and they get to a certain level of prestige in their career, critics are less and less willing to criticize them. But yeah, on the one hand, there are a lot of things about this movie that I think critics would criticize under other circumstances of it not being Christopher Nolan and not having a culture war backlash around it. I do want to say, on the other hand, though, there are themes in this movie that were exactly what I expected, that I would not expect critics to go after. Why? Because what I've said in previous videos, these themes agree with the mainstream critics. These themes agree with modern Hollywood and modern ideology. But yes, what I have been saying in my videos for 2 months now, what I was expecting this film to do based on what I was hearing in interviews of them constantly going back to the Emily Wilson interpretations of these characters and Odysseus, and what I thought that implied about the themes and what the casting choices of this movie might imply about its intentions, all of that came true. Now, if you've seen The Odyssey, maybe you were also having trepidations like I and others were about the casting and what that might mean for the themes in the movie, and maybe you came out enjoying it. I've seen some people like that. Those are the people that I want to watch this review more than anyone else, because there's things about this movie that I want to bring your attention to that I think a lot of people are ignoring. But yes, let's get into the review itself. What I have heard from basically every review for this movie is that it's epic. You know, every positive review, it's epic. It's a grand spectacle. Basically, once again, using a thesaurus of positive affirmations of this being grand in scale and stuff like that, without actually
it is pretty grand in scale to say. It just it depends on whether you like that or not. But it is feel kind of grand, while also feeling kind of small. So it feels grand for like from a regular person's perspective. A lot of stuff that goes on. A lot of adventuring, but also it feels smaller. I guess why people kind of have that feeling that it feels so small, because it lacks the fantasy elements. It doesn't feel like there's some, because what the fantasy elements do in the Odyssey is it makes it feel like you're in this larger world, right? That you are an insignificant mortal in the land of gods and monsters, and it's pretty interesting. So you'll encounter like the Cyclops and the Sirens and all kinds of strange monsters. Let's see. Some attention. I think Jezebel's talking about you. But I think it's kind of what one of the issues is with the movie, is that why it feels so much smaller, while also feeling like epic. You know, because it feels epic in terms of grand, sweeping visuals and camera work, and these large-scale events, but also a lot smaller because it lacks so much of the fantasy. It's been stripped down because Nolan wants a more grounded version of the Odyssey. So a lot of the fantasy has kind of gone away, and with the fantasy kind of goes a lot of the epicness, the grandeur of the Odyssey.
Describing what makes it so, which is going to make me a little bit suspicious. Like when you can describe how you felt about a film, but you actually can't describe the details as to why. I will say Nolan is great, and he's always been great at this, using the brah, 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 and the overbearing sound. That's one of the things about this film. Nolan.
Oh, she's talking about the bro, like that like the Inception sound, but it sounds like she's like, oh yeah, people are just going, bruh, come here, bruh, bruh, come here, like this. Yeah, I remember when Odysseus came over to Polyphemus and said, bruh, my name's nobody. My name's nobody, bruh.
Has never been good with sound. In fact, I could hear the speakers breaking at some points because the sound in this movie is so imbalanced. Like the dialogue is on a certain level, and then like the background music just overpowers everything. But listen, Nolan is really good at using overpowering sound and sweeping visuals to make things feel epic. You know, it's his way of shooting things and making things sound that makes things feel more epic than it actually is. Because if you really want to get down to it and the actual execution of this movie, it fails on every level. And it once again exposed to me the flaws of Nolan as a filmmaker. The number one thing that I felt with this movie off the bat is that Christopher Nolan is wrong for fantasy and mythology. When I think of the Odyssey, I think of this grand, you know, I'll use the word epic tale of adventure. That's the word, adventure. There's imagination to it, you know, even though that this was like the religion of the Greeks, like there is still imagination to
Yeah, it was this peak cinema. I love the Odysseus. I love the moment when Odysseus came back home and said, "Well, that just happened." Yeah, just that moment in Nolan's Odyssey where he wakes up on the beach after fleeing Calypso's island on a raft, and he wakes up and sees Athena there, and he goes, huh, "Well, that just happened." That was a peak cinematic moment.
To it when it comes to the creatures that are met, the involvement of the gods constantly throughout the story, the fantasy elements that are happening. The problem with Nolan tackling mythology and fantasy is he doesn't understand it. Nolan is just too methodical and sterile a director. So I saw this weird dynamic of a film where on the one hand, it felt like Nolan needed to explain everything. And that's the problem. Like mythology is not meant to be explained. It's just, you're just supposed to accept that it happened. Nolan feels the need to explain why the Trojans would have taken the Trojan horse, like making it submerged within water so they wouldn't think that the Greeks were in there. And
the laugh track right after saying that was weird, though. Yeah, it was kind of off-putting. Like, who's laughing? Who the hell's laughing? Because there hasn't been a laugh track this entire movie. And then he goes like, "Well, that has happened." And then suddenly everyone's laughing for some reason. Like, what the hell? Where'd that come from? And then they try to that moment where they're trying to escape Polyphemus, and he's like and they make it out of the cave, and like, "Oh yeah, we made it." And then this just goes, "He's right behind me, isn't he?" And they had to run to the ships.
Having some people die within there, and having Elliot Page's Sinon left on the beach in order to tell them that it was a gift. Like things like that. He feels the need to explain. He feels the need to explain why Penelope is sitting there with her suitors for so many years. And on the one level, you feel him holding back and really, really grounding it and taking it very, very seriously and trying to lessen the amount of fantasy in it and the gods and the explanation for the gods. Athena, played by Zendaya, for example, is just like an image in Odysseus's mind throughout most of this movie. But on the other hand, he can't, because you need to have the Cyclops in there. You need to have this fantasy world where mythological things happen. You can't have it both ways. But that's what I felt like Nolan was doing. He's got, Calypso and Circe in there. And Calypso is just Charlize Theron in Botox and rags. And on the
it's not that she has to be in Botox or whatever. It's more like she's just a beach bum. She doesn't feel goddess-like at all. She's just like a beach bum she's like a hippie. It just kind of just indulges in opium all day. Just kind of eats lotus all day. That's it. There's nothing godlike or special about her at all. She doesn't even have like a good house. She lives like a ramshackle hut.
one level, you feel that Nolan has stripped away all of the wonder from this story, and he has stripped away all of the mythology and all of the imagination from it. And he is desperately trying to ground it, but at the same time, he can't. 1 minute, this is a super grounded, methodical tale that everything it's trying to explain, and the next second, it does have to go into the more crazy elements and the mythology, and it didn't work. It just felt like Christopher Nolan is trying to cram a myth into his own sterile style, and he's stripping it of so much of the excitement and the wonder. I do not need an adaptation of the Odyssey to be so self-serious and so brooding and so miserable as a lot of this movie made me feel. I need it to have that sense of wonder and imagination, but he made sure to strip it down as much as he could, which made me think like the one of the biggest problems with this film is that Nolan is trying to do fantasy, but he himself does not have an understanding of fantasy. Everything that he does from Batman to this has to be grounded in reality, and it has to be, molded in that way to himself. Like, he couldn't even have the line from the books about how Odysseus, in order to escape the Cyclops, uses the nobody pun. Who is escaping? Nobody. And so the Cyclops says nobody is escaping. Couldn't even have that. He said it wouldn't translate. I don't think that that's true at all. It's translated to every single version. He just doesn't want to have anything fun or whimsical or clever in this movie. It all has to go to his sterile, methodical version of events. And that was a big thing that I thought was one of the movie's great failings. Christopher Nolan just isn't right for this material. Going forward into the other things, there is nothing about this movie, whether it is the costuming, the dialogue, the casting, or the environments, that ever convinced me that we were in ancient Greece. Like, all of that matters, you guys. Everything about your film, your environments, the way characters are dressed, the way they talk, everything is going to matter in creating an illusion of where we are in time. I'm no expert on clothing of the past and different.
If that person says that, now I'm reminded that Clash of Titans from remake 2010, all dour gray, brown, dark, and serious. Yeah, everything must be gray, brown, or dark. You can't have colors anymore. I remember like the movies in the past, they had a lot of color. And it made it stand out, made it more unique. But now everything has to be dark and drab. Like, it's supposed to be like more grounded, more realistic. Oh yeah, this is how it looked like back then. Like, doesn't necessarily you could still have color. But anyway, chat. Anyway, I think that was pretty good for a day, chat. Like, joke is, unfortunately, it's a second weekend from the film. It's already at 600 plus million. The specialization is likely going to pass $1 billion. It just might. Because this is not your typical like slop film. So people are actually interested. And Christopher Nolan is known for being, a really good director. Like, people kind of favor him. So it's not your typical Marvel slop film or anything like that. It has potential. People are going to like that. People are praising it because people they go see it and they like it. Some people do anyway. Inquisitor, I mean, some people on the right wing are just saying, "Oh, this is peak cinema." So it's not just like it's just leftist or paid off, critics or anything praising it. Like every other movie, it actually has legs in both sides of the political aisles. Let's see. Magnus says ancient Greece didn't look like ruins back then. Yeah, the Mediterranean was very colorful. Nolan just made it ugly, and you could have color. It's not against the law or the rules to have color if your movie is set in the past. They just don't like to use it. I think it's more intellectual if they kind of just remove all the color. Anyway, let's see, chat. Let's go ahead and go to streaming. And we didn't quite make it. So pretty far away from Pillerman. So, chat, we're going to go ahead and transition over to stream memes with this.
It began with the suicide of Charles Blackwell, just days after his 55th birthday. Then the Rhineswan family massacre, 3 generations painfully passing from this world, crying the same crimson tears Blackwell had.
Sit alone on the edge of
5 members of the prominent Rhine Swan family were found dead.
After that, the media finally gave their murderer a name. The Red Crier Killer.
Memento mori. Remember you will die.
Investigators believe the killer may be the same individual the media has dubbed the Red Crier.
Memento mori. Remember you will die. I know it's droll to sell my soul. I wanted to protect them though, but I couldn't even play my role. Now vengeance is my only goal. Memento mori. Too late for sorry. Now goodbye. Breath goes dry. I will cry when I remember you will die.
Oh, yes, chat. Oh, my goodness. Alchemic 80s with the $50, $70 today altogether. Thank you very much, Alchemic 80s. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me get the right clip here. Thank you very much, Alchemic 80s. Very generous. Very generous today. Let me, can we put this over here? Make sure you get the proper praise for your generosity. All right, chat. There we go. And boom. Produced by the great Alchemic 80s. Is also counts for tomorrow, obviously. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, extra stream time as well. Finally do myself. Peliman! So we're going to do what happened last time. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the stream memes first, and then we'll do the extra stuff. I think you'll like it. It's pretty fun stuff. Let me see here. Let me get this updated as well. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll go to the stream memes first, and then boom, off to the extra stream time. Extra stream time, chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. Also, we're a step ahead tomorrow for Pillarman. Thank you very much. Alchemic 80s, very generous. All right. See, another Manic Monday. I've been laughing at the asterisk for 5 minutes. What's this? It says, feed your wild side. Enough protein to fight a leopard. Not enough to win, though. I heard you're selling land mines disguised as prayer mats. Yeah, profits are going through the roof. Is your credit card number in a hacker's database? You could easily find out now. All you need to do is enter its information here, and we will scan thousands of hacker databases to see if they have matched your. Oh my goodness! What a convenient and useful service! Wow, I better use that immediately. Dixie Normus credit card security. That's a pretty good name, though. Dixie Normus. Libertarians be like, tyranny.gov? Tyranny.com. Yes, tyranny.com is good. I thought the other was going to be like tranny.com or something. It's a son of Alzheimer. Where's my bike? Hotel service untucked my Dragonite. They're going to super hell. It's beach season for doing this. It's funny how every person discovers his exact beach move without it ever being taught. Turn 18, government. From now on, I'll squeeze you dry a lot until you die. It's pretty accurate, actually. Let's see. It's not all men, but it's always men, feminists, when you apply that to logic to ethnic groups. It's like every time they go, all men are awful, all men are evil, all men are rapists or whatever. I always have to respond with even George Floyd, and they freak out like every single time. Who needs a gallon of school glue? like this. This is like milk. And don't fail your perception check. Your secret is safe with me because I wasn't paying attention. Do bugs even take fall damage? What are you smoking? They don't, though. I think you can actually throw like an ant off of the Empire State Building and it'll be fine. And see, get back. I've got physical media and I'm not afraid to use it. New gamer, Sony. Plague Doctor with Plague Docklings. Don't talk to me nor my the three PhD students ever again. Honk if you're horny. Honk, 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 honk. If this isn't a crime, but this is, then the crime is the color of her skin. I mean, that's kind of what happened, yeah. Toy store customer. I'm looking for a toy that will help my baby learn to count, but also haunt him for the rest of his life. I got you. What's funny? Always funny when leftists go, art is left wing, like they aren't constantly double checking and breathing down the necks of every artist, musician, and actor to make sure they're not right wing and making sure they lose everything they have if they are right wing. Yeah, oh yes, artists on left wing. Are you left wing, sir? I hear you're keeping right wing artists underneath your floorboards. Are you not? Let's see. I said fire a warning shot. That was a warning shot. You shot him in the face, and now all his buddies have been duly warned. I mean, this is technically a warning shot. When I take 3 pills of melatonin after I drink 700 milligrams of caffeine, melatonin, and a fight, I mentioned a fortune teller who's also a child. So her idea of oh yeah, I remember this. What a good fate is versus a terrible one isn't really in line with her clients at all. Imagine going to visit the Oracle, Oracling, and she tells you that there'll be untold riches in your future, and later it becomes very apparent that what she was predicting was you winning $20 from a lottery. She dismisses every wedding she predicts as a terrible fate because she thinks kissing is cringe. When you're at work and you're about to say, we're surprisingly not busy, but then you remember this normally leads to more people showing up. Don't say anything, Squidward. Remember your karma. Reaching your free article limit. I hate subscription-based digital services. I hate subscription. You got you surrounded. Come pay monthly services or these or whatever. Oh yeah, this stuff. So imagine. So this image is basically canon now. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Trump got Pearl. Suck it, losers. Better to ejaculate than to jack never. Companies and fan games. Like an interesting game. I like it. Let's release it officially. Valve, interesting game. Just change the name a little. Pay a license, and you have my blessing. So under your name, I will pay it play it to make my own game too. Very cool. Very cool. And then Nintendo says, hippity hoppity, your game is now my property, baby. DMC, they take down notice. Ordered a Han Solo bookmark on eBay. It arrived today. This is how it was packaged. Just emailed the seller to ask why this Catwoman DVD was included. Here's the response. That's just packing material. Let's see. The main character, SpongeBob, lives inside of a giant pineapple. How do you think he acquired that house? Through jihad. Saints and Sinners. What's this? Dragon Quest. I actually have this. Budokai 3, Xenosaga, and Xenosaga 2. D.D. Magno Hall, the voice actress of Pearl, Steven Universe got outed as a right-winger and Charlie Kirk fan, and Steven Universe fans are not handling it well. Good. Hope the show is ruined for them. Deport them all. Perfect. Awesome. We need Pearl and homophobic Ruby. Be perfect. And here's this, and then I guess there's more stuff here. Here's original Nick Fury. Let's see. And then there's a. Don't worry, guys. He said he's sorry. Don't worry. Don't worry. He said he's sorry. And what is this? Nick Fury, Agent Johnson. And then 43-year-old cosplayer perfectly captures Tanya's iconic aura. This cosplay is my favorite character by a 43-year-old. Good morning, everyone. Is this? Who is that? I guess it's like this is the bad guy from the CB universe. I couldn't even meme you. And male avatar saves the world at 12. Faithful. Sent the world into apocalypse. Massive whore. This is pretty accurate. Yeah. And then there's this. There's Korra destroying the world, I think. Let's see. And then, are you sure? Are you there, Glycon? It's me. Are you there, Glycon? It's me, Alan Moore. It's see. Steven Universe was Hitler. Don't worry, guys. He's sorry. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Kirby. Boy, Wolverine Origins. What's this? Happy birthday, Mara Wilson. Mara Wilson voices these characters. It's interesting. Let's see. I think she made a big comeback to the public spotlight because she went on an interview which talked about adult stuff. Oh my goodness. Little Mara Wilson. No way. Is this you got the characters from Watchmen and where they came from, I think. Yeah, the Question. This is Nightshade, Silk Spectre, Blue Beetle, Captain Atom, Thunderbolt, and the Peacemaker. There we go. Pretty cool. The end is nigh. Neverland. And then what's this Hook? This Hook. Evil Peter Pan, Hooked. Which was the silent time. There's this is MAGA. So Steven, tell me more about this Connie girl you've been talking to. There's a Canonical Toph. 69. 67? What about 67? Come on. This is you think it's funny to send me this char-boiled runt of a boy to ruin my tranquility? This is not funny. Take him back. Hey, Sunshine, I'm right here, All right, there we go, chat. Onward to the extra video. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up here. 1 second here. Here we go. All right. The adventure. Get this, and this. Hold on. Get this. 1 to 10, I think. Something like that. The adventure. Here we go. All right. Well, I found these animations by Carbot Animations, and they're pretty good. It's like a blast of nostalgia. Check this out, chat. Check this out. Let me see. Let me put it up here. Almost ready to go. All right. Check it out. This has been pretty entertaining, especially, as I said before, at the beginning of the stream, big dose of nostalgia. Check it out. Okay, remember this part? Ever trying to what is it called? How to make a name, right? Trying to make a name. And it's like every name is taken. Kickaxe. Random. It's random, and name is taken. You're trying different names. All right, this one really hit close to home because I remember exactly this predicament. Yeah, it's like you get a quest about like, okay, you got to go kill this animal, and you got to collect like the something from it, which it should have, right? But like none of the animals have it. It's like a 1% drop or something. Right, so like every wolf should have a tooth, right? They should have at least one tooth, but you have to kill like 40 wolves to get one tooth. He just kills like he just wipes out an entire population of wolves. So far, he got one tooth. Its entire population of wolves wiped off the face of the earth. Got one tooth. Only one of those wolves had a tooth. I was like the rewards are semi-clean rags. I like the sound effects they're using is like they're from the game. The crawling butterfly says, "Wow, I made it! Wow, indeed." Now. This just can't hit the practice dummy. I like the panther just eating a random animal. There we go. I think every person who has ever played WoW knows this sound. It's like you're just traveling, minding your own business out of nowhere. You don't even see the Murloc anywhere, but you just know it saw you. All right, your quest is to kill these little cubs. Go. I guess it says murder. It says murder 6 bear cubs and bring back their pelts, and you'll get bear skin boots. And the panther just ate one. All right, now we're over here with the humans.
Battle.
Yeah. To battle. The Horde spies aren't the best spies. They're I think they need more training.
Excellent.
Hello, my name is Hugh Man. Oh yeah, but now that I got some orc spies down, I get pants, right? I am owed some pants. I think their reward is always pants.
Congratulations.
They're like for real. That's kind of how it was. Like, okay, you get some slightly better quality pants, and you get a measly handful of copper for killing all of these orcs. Time for some PvP. Yeah, PvP was kind of fun and WoW, I guess a little bit, at least in the beginning it was. But then they really started leaning into the people who obsess over PvP, so they kind of made suits for it, they made items for it. They really expanded on the PvP section to the point where people kind of like either there came a point where WoW was either about raiding all the time or PvPing all the time. And that wasn't really all that much fun to me. Megalon says, shoulder our level 40 reward. Yes. Once you get to the higher tiers, you start getting shoulders instead of pants. just like the idea that it's kind of just feel like that. Like just like, but in the in-game world thing is, oh, it's being kept up by goblins, like just a goblin maintenance crew in there mowing the lawn, sweeping up the trash, clearing away the bodies and the skeletons.
You are worthy.
Thank you.
Here we go. I think the gnome is a wizard, I think, too. I forgot about the gnomes. The gnomes are crazy in WoW. But literally, they're really crazy. In fact, like World War and Warcraft 2, their whole thing was like, oh yeah, we're gonna blow ourselves up. I think canonically in the world of World of Warcraft or Warcraft in general, the gnomes would also just like do crazy contraptions, make crazy contraptions that just explode sometimes. Megalon says, goblins are particularly the best race in WoW. Boston accents and rocket boot. I mean, they are pretty cool. Yeah, that sucked about PvP. Like all of a sudden you're going out there, you're trying to fight, and there's some asshole wizard just come around and just freeze you in place, and then you just die.
Mercenarius.
Hell no. Stay here for a moment.
The capture the flag was fun. I think they got a lot of ideas from like Unreal Tournament and stuff. That did kind of stuff like this.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it kind of becomes, you know, Team Fortress 2 a little bit. It's like this is in SWOTOR. They force drag you to them when they're in their team to attack you while you're being dragged because you can't do anything. I mean, that is a pretty good strategy if they could do that. But I would imagine being very annoying on the battlefield. Look at this. This is cynical post Cataclysm animation. Troll Druid were unavailable as that expansion forward. So I guess post Cataclysm, I didn't really like Cataclysm. After Cataclysm came out, like that was the end of my interest in WoW. I think. I know I kind of quit after Burning Crusade or was Wrath of the Lich King, but it's like okay, I quit, but I might come back. But after Cataclysm came out, I was like I didn't really want that. So I think I definitely either quit a little bit before Cataclysm, or at Cataclysm. But either way, that event kind of made me not want to go back. Let's see, chat. Let's see. Even a Cataclysm? Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm not going back after Cataclysm.
Attack!
His hands over the frog. Oh yeah, this part's funny because he's a hunter, so he can feign death. But his panther keeps coming in. You guys can't beat the power of human. I thought the hunter is ready with like 4,000 arrows. Because they have the rain of arrows thing, right? I think. You don't see very many Tauren shaman. That was like their thing a long time ago, right? Like at least in the beginning, when you had Tauren, that was like their whole thing. It's like they were the shaman. Uh-oh. You got like 1 hit point left. Hey, the good guys won. This kills them all. All right, chat. But there we go. It was the extra little video that by Carbot Animations. Really funny stuff from WoW. Very relatable, very nostalgic, I guess you could say as well. But we're going to go ahead and end the stream for a day, chat. Thank you much everyone for joining me today. Thank you much everyone for your generosity. Thank you much once again for Alchemic 80s for your very generous donations today. Thank you very much. Got us over the line there. Fantastic, fantastic. But thank you very much everyone who decided to pop in to join us. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Best chat. See you again, of course, next time. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not just the normal outro. We're going to outro with Pillarman. So lower your volume or raise your volume, whatever you prefer. We're going to outro with Pillarman. Okay, so Pillarman, loud clip incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ay, 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 ay.